is loading from Aja. This is Aja currently to CMS. So we're going to be asking him how expensive the transportation was maybe 2 years ago or last year and how it is now. Good day, how are you doing?
Good day.
So please, can you tell us how much you used to load from Aja to CMS before?
Before it was 700.
700. So how much is it now?
It's 1,000 naira.
1,000 naira. Why?
Because of the increase of freight.
Yes. It's affecting you to the fact that you have to increase the price from 700 naira to 1,000 naira. And now the minimum wage is starts 3,000 naira. Calculate for somebody that is making this not making up to 3,000 naira has to spend 1,000 naira to CMS and CMS to Aja every day to 2,000 naira. Yeah, how much the person gets? You understand? So, they are also citizens of this country. So can you let us know how this expenses that is going about, how it's affecting you?
This is our country where we don't work very well because time of Jonathan, good luck Jonathan, and they buy bag of rice, 7,500, 8,000. That time I want to name you, I bet bag of rice. But now, time of Tinubu and Buhari, two of them, rice 90,000, 100,000. When see they won't kill us, before. And they enter your 700 naira. From I get to your 700 before 500, 700. But now I pay 6,000, 1,500. The Jabo before we enter from Aja reach Jabo before it's 1,500. But now Jabo is 4,000 naira. Why? They won't kill us.
So which kind of work do they do now?
I can do all this manual work.
But where your manual now?
Another day party. Before we see money, but now time of the good Jonathan we see money well for manual. But now we don't see any money because now money we make now.
Okay, they use all the money now, they pay.
No, because we go pay booking, we go pay all the rest of the this that.
When they don't pay everything finish, waiting to come there to chop food. Then when they won't come buy food go come see the expensive.
After everything, I will say, I want to calculate it now. I was 6,000 naira. 6 money don't come aside.
10,000 naira, waiting 10,000 I want to. You want them. This driver is loading from Aja. This is Aja currently to CMS. So we're going to be asking him how expensive the transportation was maybe 2 years ago or last year and how it is now. Good day, how are you doing?
Good day.
So please, can you tell us how much you used to load from Aja to CMS before?
Before it was 700.
700. So how much is it now?
It's 1,000 naira.
1,000 naira. Why?
Because of the increase of freight.
Yes. It's affecting you to the fact that you have to increase the price from 700 naira to 1,000 naira. And now the minimum wage is starts 3,000 naira. Calculate for somebody that is making this not making up to 3,000 naira has to spend 1,000 naira to CMS and CMS to Aja every day to 2,000 naira. Yeah, how much the person gets? You understand? So, they are also citizens of this country. So can you let us know how this expenses that is going about, how it's affecting you?
This is our country where we don't work very well because time of Jonathan, good luck Jonathan, and they buy bag of rice, 7,500, 8,000. That time I want to name you, I bet bag of rice. But now, time of Tinubu and Buhari, two of them.
We are our own problems, Nigerians. When we have normalized suffering, the way we're so used to poverty, and then we see that the basic things that we should get are now luxury. A girl came out online crying. She was expressing how she felt, how overwhelming the situation is. And there are people who do not even have the goal, who cannot even hold their cameras and speak and air out their views, are busy commenting what I do not even understand. Are you serious? The funny part is, a lot of people who are doing those things are experiencing those situations even more. And we're yet to, who are supposed to be standing up for our rights, but we're all acting like cowards. It's because we cannot speak up. Look, if you know you cannot speak up, then do not shut the people who are speaking up. Do not shut them up. And for those of you abroad, both students, both everybody, and people are keeping quiet about this, it is not right. Because take it or leave it, a lot of us are not coming back home because we're scared. We're genuinely scared of what we're going to meet back home. People are graduating and some countries are asking them to go back home. But can you go back? I came to India. Exchange rate was about 5 point something, but now it is at 20 points. That is the way forward. A country where minimum wage cannot survive on that. You cannot pay just rent, your transport, your feeding. What is going to be left? It's not even going to be up to you. It won't even be enough. Let alone feed you. Let alone pay your complete transport for the month. But senators and ministers are there earning millions and padding. And then nothing is left for the average Nigerian. We're normalizing suffering. We're even suffering and smiling. We're being beaten and we're being asked not to cry. And you people are so cool about it. How they increase school fees. They don't add 5,000, 10,000. It's skyrocketing. Same when you go to market and then you feel like crying when you're buying things. Because you hold a 50,000 naira and you cannot even see for yourself. We are our own problems, Nigerians. When we have normalized suffering, the way we're so used to poverty, and then we see that the basic things that we should get are now luxury. A girl came out online crying. She was expressing how she felt, how overwhelming the situation is. And then people who do not even have the goal, who cannot even hold their cameras and speak and air out their views, are busy commenting what I do not.
He's a terrible president. That's what this NYC member said, that he's shaking the whole country. Everybody's ranting. Why would she say that? Now, come to think of it, it seems that suspended brain is one of the qualifications to become APC supporter. Let me say that again so that you understand. Not having brain or not having sense is one of the qualification to support APC, because if not, tell me why APC supporters are dragging this lady for just saying the truth. Listen to everything she said in that video. Did she lie? Is there anything that is lie there?
I genuinely feel so overwhelmed, and I feel like if a lot of Nigerians come out and start speaking on what we are actually going through, then maybe changes will be made in the government. Don't you guys think? And this video, I just want to say to our president, I don't know if there have been any other president that is terrible, but you are such a terrible president. It is so hard. So I'm coming from the supermarket.
She obviously highlighted what you and I are going through every day in the country, which I have been saying here every day. But because of your suspended brains, because you have allowed ethnicity, tribalism, and religion to cover your sense, that you cannot use the ability that God gave you to reason again. So on they drag him. Why would she say that? Anyway, let me explain.
So guys, yesterday I made a video talking about the Nigerian government and how terrible President Tinubu is, and I was crying in the video. So 30 minutes ago I just received a call from the NYSC board, starting with the secretariat.
Ever ruled Nigeria, that Tinubu is one of the most terrible president that has ever ruled the country, which is obviously not like, considering the situation in the country right now. So upon her posting that video went viral. In fact, some overzealous Nigeria who feel that tribalism or ethnicity has clouded their brain started insulting her, that why would she say that, because she's an NYC member and she's employed by the government. First of all, she's not employed by the government. So you guys need to understand that NYC members are not civil servants. They are not public servants. NYC is an agency under Nigeria government. So NYC members working under the agency are just practicing. In fact, let me not even go far. What happened to the 77,000 naira that they promised to pay them for over 7 months now? What happened to it? Anyway, let me not go to that. Let me go to the issue at hand right now. Now, my biggest problem is not even what the lady say or those dragging her. My problem is the Nigerian youth who are the ones reporting her to the NYC. Let me tell you, when the video went viral, the NYC or goddamn that saw the video, do you know that it's your fellow Nigerian youths that provided her information, her phone number, and her house address? Yeah, I understand that when she was filling form for NYC, she filled those things. But do you know the people that made it faster for NYC to have those details immediately? It's still Nigerian youths. And who are those Nigerian youths? It's those ones that have suspended their brain in the name of supporting party or ethnicity or tribalism. Do you understand? For all of you that are currently bashing her, telling her she shouldn't have said anything, tell me, what can 1,000 naira buy? Can 1,000 naira buy a full loaf of sliced bread in Nigeria again? No. Can 1,000 naira feed you a day in Nigeria again? No. Can 1,000 naira buy sardine? No. What can your money do? What? Listen, what has changed in the last 2 years that this man came into power? And somebody called him terrible. You are dictated. You are angry. Are you not supposed to be angry that you are suffering? See, because Nigerians have been in bad governance for long, they don't know what is good governance. So you take it as a privilege when you enjoy small good governance. You are entitled to 24 hours light. They give you 12 hours. You they happy say, will they get life for our area? Good road is your right, not what you beg for. Now, you know my joy in this. My joy is that the Gen Z has started, noticing what is happening. It's affecting them. They are feeling it. Let me tell you one thing about bad governance. Bad governance is a unifier. And he go unify everybody. When I was telling you guys that every Nigerian need to be involved, every Nigerian need to start talking. If you see something that is bad, record and post. Start talking. Now one person talk, everywhere don't catch fire. Imagine when everybody start talking. Everybody need to start talking, because if you don't talk, it go reach your turn. Bad governance is like a national cake. All of us could chop out of it. It's either it affects you by insecurity, or it will affect you by bad road, it will affect you by electricity. One way or the other, everybody go chop out of it. Don't let Nigeria happen to you before you talk. I love what is happening now. The 30 days rant challenge. Everybody rant for the next 30 days. Let's start ranting what is not working. Start talking all those things. Start talking about all those things that is not working. Let's start posting it. Let's put it everywhere. I saw one empty-headed Nigerian youth praising the Lagos state government for the Blu-ray, this and that. Hello?
This is not UK. This is Lagos. This is our Lagos, rising Lagos. So for Lagosians, we don't have to go to the UK again.
Is it his money that he used to build it? Didn't he use the state allocated money for it? Oh, are you not supposed to be asking that? How much did they use to do that road? Is it actually what they budget for? Or did they embezzle part of the money? A city as Lagos that's supposed to have Blu-ray since 30 years ago. Do you know how Lagos has been in existence for long? It is now a Blu-ray, a fast train is coming, and you carry bag. It's just an empty-headed Nigerian. You are saying there's a Blu-ray today. Ah, God, I'm pained. Guess what? Everything happening today, all these things we are talking about, Tinubu did the worst. Oh, do you know what Tinubu did to Jonathan? Did you guys know what Tinubu did to Jonathan? Is there any bad name that APC did not call Jonathan? Tell me. Nigerians have not even called APC name compared to what they are calling Jonathan. And somebody is there complaining. Only to Daru.
Hunger is increasing, they say so what? Unemployment is a cause, they say yes, we know. Why are the people hungry? Is that let them face death. That is what is in Abuja of today. The current way of governance, make nation building impossible. What it does, it makes poverty and the erosion of just society inevitable. We have gathered at this hour in this place to put an end to the national corruption and corruption. We have assembled here today to bring a new day and a new Nigeria to our people. Today, the Nigerian people are decent and hard-working people. Just because they are long-suffering does not mean they should be forced to suffer until death comes.
Before I end this video, I want to ask you one question. Do you think Tinubu is a terrible president? If he's a terrible president, please write it in the comment section. And please don't forget to do your own video. Rant, tell us what is happening in your area. How is this bad governance affecting you? Tell us what is the government supposed to do that they're not doing. Tag me, I will repost. From now to the next 30 days, I will repost any video that you tag me about this bad governance. I will repost it.
All right. all right. Welcome, everybody. How you doing? It's still me, Uncle Beno. Sorry, we are doing this show a little bit late. A lot happened today. I was supposed to be in class. I drove all the way to my school, and then unfortunately this campus was closed. I didn't check my canvas before I left home, so I have to drove all the way back, then join the online classes, and then Auntie B was having this show, and it was a lot of buzz over there. Many things just they happened. Then in between, I saw the news that President Tinubu has declared a state of emergency in Rivers State. So plenty things just they happen. But no matter what's going on, guys, you're welcome. Thanks for joining me for this show. Now I see that we are truly committed to creating a Nigeria that we work. That is why we have this show we called How to Fix Nigeria. So we're going to continue this segment on how to fix Nigeria. Remember the simple rules. I don't condone violence. I don't condone insult and stuff like that. I just want us to have constructive conversation that can at least lead to positive outcome. So welcome. I have with me in the studio my baby girl Simbi is in the studio, Mr. Dayo, and of course Sister Grace. Let me do mic check first because this
Good
one.
evening, God. Good evening, real fam.
Simbi, what's up? How you doing, my dear?
Then I'm fine. Thank you, sir. How are you?
You are supposed to have done your 30 days challenge. And for those who don't know, the 30 days challenge is that every day you will be releasing one video talking about what the government is not doing right. So that hopefully when when the rant is so loud, then it's gonna be, in fact, it's gonna jump up to face the president, governors, and the senators, reps, and everybody. All the people who are in charge of Nigeria, the noise will be so loud that they will begin to see the reality. You know, I love something that Dr. Akpoki said, but I will come to that shortly. Let me quickly also check with Mr. Dayo. Mr. Dayo, how your mic day? How you doing, sir? Hello, Mr. Dayo. It be like Mr. Dayo, don't come up for studio.
No, sir. I did. I never come out. I did.
I was wondering if you don't want to join us for this 30 days rant, 30 days terrible president challenge. All right, thanks for coming.
We have been ranting now. We have been ranting even before now, and I shall continue to rant until things get better. So
yes.
That one will be so.
Yes. So, Auntie Grace, how are you doing, ma?
Uncle Beno, how are you?
I'm fine, ma. I'm fine, ma. Oh, I hope say I no keep you wake for night to where you did, my
You did. I joined on the other channel when you were talking about the what's it called? The basketball going on in River State. I've been there, and then you just starting this. I know along the line I'm going to do stuff anyway.
That's why I'm going to allow you to kick this up for us. But first, let me put a short break here so that when I want to start to split this video up, I will know where to start from.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for coming. This is really, really All right. Please, if you're watching, hit the like button, share to your WhatsApp, share to your friends, and let's have this conversation right here. Okay. Where am I? Oh.
Yeah.
Shared. I actually added my second channel. Hey, what is going on? All right. So, Sister Grace, let me start with you first, ma'am. I believe you are aware of what is going on. A youth couple made a video and she was ventilating about the situation of things in Nigeria. And she said, in fact, President Tinubu, you are a terrible president. And that has set internet ablaze. A lot of people can resonate with her because they are living the reality in Nigeria. That's why my other channel is called Trends Reality. There are trends and there are reality. So these guys started these trends and we are here to discuss the reality. So Sister Grace, she made that video. She said the president is a terrible president. And then some people were just so mad that why would she call the president terrible president? Among the people that did that was the DG of the NYSC in local government. And she was threatening her. Then she also released that video. And since then, Nigerian youth don't vex. So they started this campaign on social media that they call 30 Days Rant Challenge. They just want youth to turn off their camera and talk. Tell us how you feel about this government. For the next 30 days, the strategy was they are going to be releasing one video every day. That was the original plan, that anybody who want to participate in that challenge, every day, publish one video. Tell us what you think about Nigeria and your assessment of the president. And me, I'm of the opinion that for those, because illiteracy is a big problem we have in Nigeria. We have too many educated illiterates in Nigeria. And times in Nigeria, they do assign fluency to being educated. Like people can literally turn up their camera and speak phone, speak vocabulary, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, they don't really understand that all those does not constitute being educated. Being educated means that, number one, you know your right, you know how things supposed to function in the society, you know what to say and what not to say, and more importantly, you are supposed to have critical and analytical mindset. You are supposed to look at a situation, analyze the situation, and try to figure out what path should we take. What can we do to make this thing better? But unfortunately, in Nigeria, we go school well, but we still have
school not go through us.
School not go through us. We still have bunch of educated illiterate in Nigeria. Now, one thing we have seen consistently in Nigeria is that, I explained it in the previous show, people have loyalties in Nigeria. We are so good at being loyal to personality. We are very, very good at being loyal to a father figure. We are so loyal to anything that represents leadership. Even while that leader is not actually leading, we just love them. We fall in love with their personality. So now, if anybody should call out the excesses of this so-called leader of people of authority, those loyalists, they will come after you. So that is where we are right now. So these Nigerian youth, they don't verse. They were like, we're going to speak out. Video don't yak out. So first, let me just ask Sister Grace, where do you stand with what these youths are doing?
I am 100% behind them, obviously. When you first talked about this girl, you know, I contributed saying I commend her effort for speaking out. And even when the DG also called her, she was able to record the voice and then post it. I've been following the trend. I've been listening to what is happening. I am in support of it every day. Let's keep talking about it. When I was listening to your other channel today about what is going on in Rivers State, my heart was bleeding. That people are saying, tell my mama, tell my papa, I follow Wiki. You following Wiki to where? Where are Wiki's family? Why are you? I'm like, Jesus, what is going on here? What is happening? Who are these? Like you talked about these people who follow blindly because maybe they're giving them maybe a bag of rice. There are people also, maybe he's taking them to Abuja, all the land he was reclaiming, he was using it to settle his people, planning for all of this. It is something that they plan. It is something they work on. They've been planning this from the beginning, just to disarm the governor so that they will say he's a bad man, buying people with the land that belongs to innocent people. And you still see these people who hasn't eaten, who is also suffering, who is also going through this pain that every one of our people are going through. You open your mouth and say, tell my mama, tell my papa, I follow Wiki. I'm like, what ignorant? What in Nigeria? Where are we heading to? Where are we going? What is going on? And people are standing, criticizing and judging this girl. I have no idea what our country is going. My only joy is that today people are speaking up. There was this other NYC girl that was talking. A lot of people are talking. So hopefully from now, maybe things will happen. It's just that the politicians are not listening because it's not affecting them. There is something I share on the WhatsApp group that VDM was talking about Sheyi Tinubu, that was talking about his father, how they gave iPad. Jesus Christ. I'm like, is that son of his a human being or animal? How can you even do that kind of a thing? You say your father has been working, they've been supporting the youth, they've given iPad. I'm like, really? Where are we from? What is going on?
He says his father is the best president Nigerians have ever known.
Oh God, when I listen to this, my head will blow. I'm like, really? Well, yes, I am 100% in support of what is happening now. Hopefully, things will change. My only fear is that they don't listen. Like you were talking about the Niger Delta youth. By the time they start blowing up the whole place, the innocent will be the one to suffer. Wike that is organizing this thing, where is Wike? Is he there? Is it going to affect him? Is it going to affect his family? This is my only concern. Otherwise, but somebody will have to die at some point for us to maybe for things to change. It has to happen. This is how I say it. I'm in support of everything that the girls say, everything that the youth are doing, everything that we are doing, everything you are doing on your platform. I'm in support of it.
Thank you, ma. Thank you, my sister Rose. God bless you, ma. You will live long for us. All the
Amen.
elders that side with the youth to speak up, you will live long for us. I
Sister Rose.
yeah. What are you saying?
Sister Rose.
You say Sister
You said
Rose,
Sister
Sister
Rose,
Grace.
not
Oh,
Sister Rose, Sister Grace.
sorry.
Yeah.
You're missing
I
Sister
heard it
Rose.
here.
Oh my gosh.
Because we have Sister Rose and Sister Grace here a lot, so with the mix una too.
Do you know, funny enough, I have a colleague at work. People comes and call her Grace. I'm like, how dare you? What is the relationship between Grace and Rose? And now Uncle Ben is doing it again.
I'm sorry,
Uncle
my.
Ben is missing Sister Rose.
He's all right. He's all right.
Thank you, Sister Grace. God bless you so much, ma.
Bless you
and
too. Thank
all
you.
the older people we have in Nigeria, not even old self, anybody who is 50 and above, even from 45, anybody who support what the youth are doing now, you will all live long and you will live to see a better Nigeria in your lifetime. Because
Amen, no.
yes, ma, the way this thing is going, sometimes I will question, I will say, are we ever going to witness a Nigeria that was really, really well developed, where people can walk around freely, where people can actually eat what they want, job is readily available after school, a Nigeria where Oyibos will be coming down and will be mingling together, where people will say, oh, I've already scheduled my next vacation, I'm traveling, or I'm going to Nigeria. Are we ever going to see that?
I remember when I was in Nigeria, when I'm going to Abuja, then I fly. I use the flight. So now, how many people can afford it? Right?
They can't.
It's a shame. It's just a shame, honestly.
It's so scary. And when I look at the youth, I've been talking about this for a while now. And sometimes it will sound like, oh, Ben, you are too harsh. Ben, you are too harsh. You see, sometimes you have to reset this youth's brain for them to wake up. And when I say youth, I don't even want to say tribe by tribe. All the tribes in Nigeria, their youths have problems. I'll tell you why. Before these beautiful girls started this revolution we are witnessing right now, if you see Igbo youth, if you go online, when you see Igbo youth, the cause Tinubu, raise curse on him, yab him, insult him all day long. If you see Yoruba youth, to the direct anything where anybody do, they direct it to Peter Obi. It's just bunch of stupidity that I witness every day online. And then I will ask, what is wrong with this youth? Do you think your insult on either Tinubu or Peter Obi will bring about the changes that you need? And your life is being wasted away. I think Sister Marriott dropped it somewhere here and said their life is wasting away, which is true. When I look at a lot of youths in Nigeria, their life is wasting away. And I feel, especially when I see those who are from my tribe that are so hell-bent on supporting Tinubu or anything, and they are so deep into this tribalistic thing, I will ask, are you people ever going to liberate yourself? Do you know what you are missing? Right now, Sister Rose, I live a simple life in America. It's almost as if nothing they impress me again. Why? When I was poor, I used to dream of everything I want to do. Ah, God, I beg if I can have this. God, I beg if I can have that. When I was in Nigeria, I never had the hope that that could happen because my youthful life was wasting away, just like many youths now. And then once I started hustling after my NYSC and I started my own business, I worked 3 months anyway. I worked for my job, corporate job, 3 months. They don't pay me shishi for 3 months. My salary was supposed to be 50K. I know 50 shishi collect. I was spending the money I was making from my side hustle to go to that job at Ikeja while I live at Ojo. So one day I have to say to myself, I don't worry, my side hustle is paying me more money and I'm spending it because I just want to use that certificate to work. So once I started my own business and I started making money, when I made my first 1 million naira, I was like, Jesus, is this ever possible? Because I never knew that I can even buy a bicycle. But one thing I know is that I'm not lazy. Then when I now bought my first car, I now begin to see the other side of life. And finally, when I came to America, though it was rough, but when I follow the due process, I take it one step at a time, and then I get to a certain level. I get to a level whereby America is a place where you buy everything on credit. But I get to a level whereby I don't buy anything on credit. Me and my friend Bruce, you go they work now. If we want to buy anything, we walk into store, we buy. If that in a $2,000, $2,000, we pay cash, we come out. So many things. Anything we want, but the only reason, if I have to put anything or I finance anything at all, may you not send a business. But when it comes to personal stuff, I pay cash. I don't fight for Walmart tire because when you, I remember one time, Bruce and I, we went to Walmart. We were going to get school stationery stuff for my kids. And then we saw this Sony TV. That TV was so, it's not even Sony, it was Samsung. This thing I'm telling you now, that was in 2016. That TV, we saw it. It was $1,400, but they were selling it for $1,200. So, and the TV was 65 inches. I pick one, Bruce pick one. When we get to where we want to check out, guess what the cashier was asking me? What card are we using? Do you have Walmart card? I'm like, I don't have Walmart card. Okay, what card can we give you? I said, I don't need no card. I brought out my debit card and say, let's pay. Because I'm black and my accent, everything was there. Did you know this Were Oyibo was making call up and down? Like, he was literally feeling like, no, how can you buy $1,200 TV and you pay cash? Because here in America, nobody take and drag them. Most things now for credit. So, but where I'm going is this: as far as this youth that has been in slumber all these years, as far as it's concerned, the moment I started buying things I couldn't buy before, things that are literally expensive, but I can just walk in by it and just work out. The moment I get to a point whereby my wife could just, I remember my wife woke up one day, my wife was like, babe, this year now I don't want to drive am again. You know, I'll be big girl now. My kids are grown. I need my own baby girl car. I need the SUV. And I'm like, okay, you know what, babe? We'll get the SUV, but I know I get money now. Just give me like 3 months. We'll go buy the SUV. And 3 months comes, I got a Palisade. The moment I started getting to that, I started seeing life in a different lens. I can't begin to say there is nothing in this life. But when I look back, I realize that if I have been one of those people that is glorifying all these politicians that are eating away our future, all in the hope that one day they go remember me, because that is what is happening to many of our youth in Nigeria. When you see them, they are supporting Tinubu or they are supporting one politician blindly. The reason they are doing that is because in their mind, they get this faith somehow. And one day, oh man, not why he will remember us one day. He will connect us. Now that one day go remember us 94 years 10 us go reach. If they do second time, now still that one day go remember us. Now he go reach. They will not never ever remember none of them. So the point I'm making is this: these youths, they are hero worshippers. Their mindset has been corrupted that they just have to like, hey, don't insult you. So, is he your father's mate? Oh, don't talk. Oh, he's work. I can't stand it. Many Nigerian youths are behaving like American magas, Trump followers. They don't do any research. They don't listen to any news. Whatever the leader said is what they are repeating. If, for instance, President Tinubu wake up tomorrow and said, the economy is booming, we are improving, the economy is booming, go to their social media pages. That's what they will all be saying. The economy is booming. The president has done that. Then you look at them and you feel sorry for them. I don't blame them. They don't know better. So that is why those Gens, it's not Gen Z, we go call them a bit Gen Alpha. Because when I was listening to Dr. Akpoki, I don't have tired. Dr. Akpoki said, this generation, they are not like us, so they don't have slavery mentality. I laugh. I will play the video here. I said, Dr. Akpoki, go finish me. Dr. Akpoki said, look, the people my age, if you are 60 plus, these children are not like us. They don't have this slavery mindset. They don't have that mindset of, oh, don't speak, don't talk. No. So I don't know how we're going to fix this thing, because it tells me you will see a Nigerian youth hyping politician that is eating the money that are made to make your future better, and you are praising them. Sister Rose, thank you, my sister. I really appreciate your take. Mr. Dio, let's dive into this conversation from your perspective, sir. This 30 days challenge, Mr. Dio, I know you are in support full time, but at the same time you are on ground in Nigeria. Do you think the youths are really ready this time around?
Okay, if you're talking about the youth, we have to be specific. Only the educated youth, not all the youth. It is part of the same youth that are being used as area boys, that are being used to attack people that are speaking up. So when we're talking about youth, I want us to be specific about the youth that we are talking about. We are talking about the progressive youth that want things to be better in this country. Fine. I would say for those ones, they are united because everybody is tired. But for the sycophants, the one that we're talking about, that we're saying that anything that Tinubu says, they will continue to praise his praise. They are just sycophants. They are only just doing that because of what they hope to get from him, or because of what they are getting from him. So those one, I'm sorry, they may be more, or they are more than the people that are really, than the youth that are really progressive, and they are louder because they are the one that shouts most. So this battle has just starting with the progressive youth coming out and they're doing this rant. To me, maybe it will encourage some other silent, neutral ones that don't want to participate, but they want the best for the country. Maybe this one will ginger them to come out also to support all these progressive youth. Then by the time we now have a number that is more than all these other violence and all these educated illiterate, as we call them, amongst the youth, then we can know that we are getting somewhere. But as it is now, I am in full support of what is happening, and I pray that it continue to spread like wildfire.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Dio, for that. Shout out to you, Sister Mara. Shout out to everybody. I can see your comment. Now, Simbi, you too, you are in Nigeria, Simbi. Hello, Simbi. Are you here?
Yes, boss.
You are in Nigeria. Let me give you the floor for 2 minutes. Rant for us about your present condition in Nigeria.
Uncle Ben, 2 minutes, no ritual. Make it 2 hours.
All right. Take all the time you want.
So 2 minutes,
I'm going to
2
start
minutes,
with
carry to
life.
rant.
Light is 0/100. There is no light. They keep bringing bills. And then sometimes when you look at these bills, you'll be like, what did I do? Did I iron the whole community? I'm sorry, did I iron for the whole community? Did I use electric cooker? Uncle Ben, we can no longer cook our food and refrigerate them. We have to wake up every day and make fresh food. It's exhausting. It's
Right.
exhausting. And then the prices of fuel. Okay, fuel now is 990. What's the difference now? It's not 1,000, please. What's the difference? This one is 990 naira. What's the difference now? We're buying it, we buy 2 liters, and 2 liters cannot charge your phone to 100%. It cannot. Before you know it, before you know it, it's finished. Not to mention the prices of food items. Oh my God. If you take 100K for grocery shopping, your bags will never be full. You are coming home with just half of the items that you had on your list. I know because this happened to me recently. Everything is expensive. Uncle Ben, you can buy something today, 1,000. Next week, go and buy that thing. If you buy it for 1,500, you're blessed. It's either 2,000 or 2,500. The price is almost like double or triple the amount you bought it the last time. Seriously, there's a lot. Everything, not to mention the bad road. You go out, maybe a journey that's supposed to take you like maybe 30 minutes, end up spending like 3 hours. There's traffic, there are talks on the way, trying to collect money from drivers, and the police are also doing their own. They'll bring out their gun, they'll start threatening. Sometimes, Uncle Ben, when I'm going out, I'll be like, God, please don't allow stray bullets to hit me. Let me go out and come back safely. You need to see where they will be pointing the gun. And sometimes these drivers, it's not because they don't value their life, but just kind of feel like the operation is too much. I give you 200, you say no reach, say na 500 collect now. This is what they are doing. And then too many checkpoints. For what exactly? It's not like that they're not checking anything. They are not
Just
checking
to
anything. They're
invest,
stopping
just to
you.
extort money, nothing more.
Yep.
Yes, they are stopping you to collect money. And if you don't give them the amount that the previous person gave them before he or she passed,
Wala
you're in
don't come.
trouble. They'll pack you, they'll tell everybody to calm down. So tell me, if for example now I'm doing a 9 to 5 job and I'm going to work, and I tell my boss, oh, I'm sorry, sir, I came late because of circumstances beyond my control. He won't listen. He won't understand that we were packed, we were stopped. Oh, he won't understand. In fact, you make that kind of excuse like 2 to 3 times. You're fired. You've lost your job. There's nothing you want to do. There's nothing you want
In
to
a
do.
country where there is no job.
Yes, in a country where there's no job. I know because this thing happened to me some years ago. My boss told me, he said, I'm not ready. Look, if you have to find somewhere to sleep very close to my shop in the market, just do it. Because you see, this your excuse, it will not work. Igbo man from Anambra State, they don't joke with their businesses. They don't joke with their money. So all these things, Uncle Ben, the most annoying one is you go to the bank to collect your own money that you've saved, and you can spend like 4 hours. You get debited instead of the bank. They can see clearly that you're debited. They know because they will give you debit alert, which means they know. Okay, fine. 24 hours, refund my money so that I don't have to spend my own money to come to the bank to complain to you. Why you ask me obvious questions? No, they will not fix it. They won't fix it. They will tell you fill a form. In the next 1 week, you've not received alert. You are going back again. They'll tell you, oh, we actually we sent an email to that bank. They've not responded yet. So that's what they do to us. And if you're not persistent, you will not get your money. If you don't hold their neck, sometimes you just have to act mad to get what you want. Like, you cannot be a Nigerian and be sane. It's not possible. I went to UBA the other day and I created a scene. The next day I got my money. I was debited. How can you debit me this? I'm explaining to you that this is my business money. It's been 1 week and you're telling me, okay, madam, 7 working days, 7 working days is not yet 7 working days. So I told her, I said, madam, to see me so I know well. I'm sorry, you're educated, right? I'm not educated. Because at this point I need my money. I was done speaking English. I entered pidgin. I created a scene. I was at that point in time. I didn't want to hear any excuses. I don't know what that lady did, but I knew I got my alert the next day. And if I don't do it like that, sometimes that's how people lose their money. I once had a customer saying that it's 25K, that he was like, I cannot go and stand in a very long queue hoping they give me my money back or reverse it. I left it for them. I was like, what? Left was 25. Me, I can't leave my 5K. You will reverse my money back to my account. There's a lot of things to rant about. This country
All
is
right.
messed up. This
All
country
right.
will mess with your mental health. If you're not strong, you will break down, you will cry. Sometimes I just shout out of frustration.
Yeah.
And there's something that girl said that I want everybody, we really need to change that mindset of we are Nigerians and then we are strong. It's not cute. We are not strong. I'm not strong anymore, I beg.
You
We
people
need
are
to fix
reaping
it for me.
the benefit of the
Yeah.
strongness. All right, all right. Thank you, Simbi, for that insight because at least this one is practical. We are all witnessing it. We all see how it's going. Now, let me bring another angle to this conversation. But first, this comment from Luke caught my attention. Luke say PBAT tax everything for Nigeria after removing subsidy. LOL. Pray make you no fall sick for Nigeria. Those are part of the craziness. We are not even supposed to be paying taxes in Nigeria because we have oil. The United Arab Emirates citizens don't pay tax because they have oil. But these people, they are just so greedy. Do you know what it means for somebody to have oil block? They have all this wealth and still they still want to frustrate the living daylight out of Nigerians. So that is how crazy it is. I see Luke is in the building, but your internet is not strong yet. Okay, I see you now, Luke. Yeah, Luke, what do you want to say, bro? Because I see you as a bro, drop the link. So what do you want to say, Luke? You're welcome. You have to speak loud now. This one will be Michelle show. Michelle show, they speak louder. They speak like say your mic, they 12 miles away.
Tell him, boss. Tell
Hear
him.
you.
I be pastor. We don't talk loud. I be pastor. I be pastor.
Ah, okay. Hunger never touch you for Nigeria, yeah, guy. All right, talk to me, my brother. What's your take on this stuff?
Everywhere don't cast, boss. Everywhere don't cast. Everywhere don't cast.
Okay.
Everywhere don't cast. Actually, I'm in support of the girl. The girl did well. The girl did well. She poured her heart. Poured her heart. But I want to go with what Mr. Dio said. The crown. These things. Nigerians, as you said earlier, like say suffer don't master us for Nigeria. With a suffer and with a smile, don't master Nigerians very well. So most times when all these things happen, now they will use the youth to stop her.
Mm-hmm.
They will still use the youth, sycophant youth, to stop it. Look at what happened in end bad governance protests. They use the youth to enter everywhere to stop everything. Even this thing that happened 2020, that stuff that happened 2020 when they protested, and SARS, the same thing happened too. They used the youth to stop everything. So to me, uh, the government need to wake up. Tinubu na tax master to me. Tinubu na tax master. Tinubu tax everything. Everybody increase their prices. Now, somebody tell me say, premium you not fall sick. If you fall sick, if you go hospital, Now they go now go heal you. Now they go now go treat you. Because drugs are expensive. Drugs are expensive. One drugs when I dey take for my body now when I know where. When I was buying the drug before, it was around 1.5, but now the drug is 3.5. 3.5 for one drugs for 10 tablets, 3.5. And I was buying before 1.5. People don't tax everything.
Hmm.
It's not really easy in Nigeria. It's not really easy. If this round they are doing for 30 days, I believe some youth, some psychopaths youths, as Sandayo said, they will see come out and they will see praise Tinubu, they will see praising. And you know
They are
what thing I
praising
believe?
him already.
I know what thing I believe. Even though they curse him, they do anything to him, nothing will happen to him. Tinubu will not die. That is
Yep.
it. He will live. He will live to his tenure. He will live his tenure. And when the election come again, unless God intervenes, seriously, you see what happened to Peter Obi. Everybody did for Peter Obi. Seriously speaking, Peter Obi won that election. But because they did power, they used Mago to enter inside. So even though we come out again, unless God say, make person when better enter inside, that go
Yep.
happen. But if God not allow, nothing will enter that place.
Whether Tinubu enter or no enter is not the problem. I think I explained this
Yes,
particular aspect yesterday. See, one thing about us Nigerians, if we do something and we get away with it, we will do it again
that's
and again and again and again. You
that's the
see,
truth.
all these guys, all these governors, senators, reps, they are not actually terrible people. What happened is that we are not holding them accountable. And
for their
because they
action.
are, yes, we're not holding them accountable for their action. So because they find it very easy to loot, steal, and get away with it, nobody is going to jail. All the law enforcement agencies, they can't do anything. So it feels so good. That is why you will say that somebody who used to be upright, a man who has integrity, the moment he dive into Nigerian political space, he will become corrupt just like them. Give him just little period of time, he will start speaking like them.
That's the
Give him
truth.
just small time, he will start doing almost the same thing they are doing. You feel me now? We are Nigerians. We know this thing, my brother. So that's why I said, like, people who don't really listen and understand my own mindset, you will find it hard to agree with me on so many things. Nigerians are not criminally minded. But one thing about Nigeria is that we are so good at adapting to the situation we find ourselves. Even you, where they follow me talk now, if you enter that house of rep or senate, my brother, you will be there with great intention that I'm going to deliver. I have to show something for me being in government. But by the time you were there, and then they share money, maybe the first you are a member of House of Rep. The first tier you like 500 million FI. They say that is for your home furniture. Oh, you're laughing. I'm telling you.
No, it's true.
We are good at adapting to situations. When they tear you 500 million and they say that is for your house allowance, just for your
Uncle
furniture.
Ben, I will not be corrupt. I won't let it, make me do something that will
I hear you.
They have a
Natasha,
way
I'm
of
serious.
they have a way of coercing you to be corrupt. They have a way of
Simbi,
coercing you.
Simbi, everybody, you see Nigerian pastors. Let me give you a quick example from them. 90% of the people who started Pentecostal or whatever religion in Nigeria and become a pastor, they did not wake up and say, I want to become a pastor to scam people. 90% of them don't wake up and say, that's what I want to do. No. Many of them started evangelism on a good note, preaching the gospel. But then their mission is not growing. The ministry is not growing. And then they will see another pastor that started yesterday. People are rushing to that pastor church. Then they will be wondering what happened. I'm preaching the word of God here. I am praying for people. I'm doing what God said what I should do, but people don't go come to their church. Then by the time he looks well and say, okay, why are people going to this other pastor church and not my church? Then he might look at the message the pastor is preaching. If you have attended several churches or you listen to a lot of sermons online, you will know that each pastors, they have a way of delivering their messages. There are some pastors that are entertainers. While they are teaching you the word of God, they will be cracking jokes in between. It will be fun. There are some pastors that really know how to carry crowd along when they are preaching. Like they can relate what's happening in your life, they relate it to the Bible. And there are some pastors that emphasize music. They will get a very good singer, get a good drummer, good keyboardist. When you go to the church, you see, say you dance for like 30 minutes. They don't waste time preaching. So that pastor will not get follower. By the time he start looking at the other pastor, he will begin to imitate what the other pastor is doing gradually. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying now. As time goes on, in your church too go begin to attract people because now he's beginning to adopt what the other pastors are doing. It's the same thing in this political space. Just look at them. Simbi that says, if I get there, I will never be corrupt. Natasha get there. You heard Natasha in that video now. The impress of how many million? Is it about 100 million or something that was left in the account when she was in charge of, is it local content or something? And they came to her and say, ma, there is 100 and something million left in the account. And she's like, oh, okay. Just let it be there. We have to look for another project to use for the people. They now told her, ma, the people who are here before, that is not how we do it. When we execute project and money is left over,
have to love.
The chairman will take his own, then the deputy will take it, then the rest of us will. And then Natasha said, no, you can't do that. That is where Natasha's problem started from. So, Simbi, you will be.
Uncle Ben, you see, so it's possible. She did it, so I can do it too.
Somehow you will be forced to join there. I'll give you another example. Do you think Natasha's suspension was primarily because of sexual harassment? No. Natasha has shown the trace of a woman who truly want to deliver the dividends of democracy. Go and watch the video of Natasha 1 year in office.
That's true.
It was long coming. It was long coming. It's not. Okay. It's not just because of the harassment or the disrespect.
So now, if you watch the video of Natasha, what she has accomplished in just 1 year as a senator for her people, for the people of her area, Natasha already beat the record of everybody in the Senate. Ask them when they show you what they do for 1 year in office. I'll wait. Just go and Google it. Now, fake project you go to see. So now Natasha has already constituted a problem to the rest of the Senate members. That is the way we roll in Nigeria. We adapt. That is why corruption is growing in Nigeria, because people get away with it. Do you feel me? I don't know if you guys were matured enough to follow President Yar'Adua's 3 years tenure. I think Mr. Dayo is here. Mr. Dayo should know about that. Mr. Dayo, during President Yar'Adua, do we have corruption the way we have it now?
Not at all. Very, very minimal. Very minimal.
Right?
Very minimal.
Sister Grace, I don't know whether Sister Grace even follow Yar'Adua at that time himself. During the time of Yar'Adua was the only president I noticed so far that fought corruption. Yar'Adua was that 3 years of Yar'Adua, everything stands still.
Yeah.
Even Obasanjo that brought Yar'Adua Obasanjo Joseph no say, Omo, this is not the same thing. No. During Yaradua's tenure, ICPC was as strong as EFCC. But the moment Yaradua go like this, and then good luck step in, because all these things I can link it together if I have the time. When good luck steps in, good luck has 1 year left with his term under Yaradua as vice president.
Yeah.
Then Goodluck Jonathan wanted to run in order to complete that term. So within that first 1 year left, if you have the intention of running for second term, you cannot do shit. You can't do jack. The same thing is what is happening to Tinubu now. Anybody can quote me anywhere. I can defend this till tomorrow. When that is the reason, part of the reason why Nigeria is not moving anywhere. You will elect a good man. Because the good man wants to be re-elected for second term, he will not be strong in corruption. You can never fight corruption because he wants a second term. And guess what they say in Nigeria? When you fight corruption, what will happen? Corruption will fight back. So good luck under that 1 year, because good luck want to come back again. Oh my God. If you know how many things where that guy went through. And before that time, good luck is not a very loud person. He's not the type that talk too much. And he's more or less like one of the most educated person to have ever been Nigeria president. He's a professor. He has a PhD.
You mean youngest?
No. The most educated. I don't even know if he's youngest or no youngest, but in terms of education, so far, all the people that has led Nigeria, good luck is the most educated.
Correct, sir. You are correct.
Right? But because he has to finish that 1 year and get re-elected, these politicians, they make deals. They go call you, Ni. If you want our support for that your election, I have to have a ministerial appointee under your cabinet. You have to give us some concession. They make these deals every day, every now and then. You feel me now? So that's why before he got elected, he was already compromised. And that is how they were able to rubbish Goodluck Jonathan's presidency. Listen, when you become president in Nigeria and you are dealing with all these corrupt people, they can even fire you. If he delete you, the only way for you to save your head is to play ball. So that's what happened to Goodluck Jonathan. Now, since then, after Goodluck Jonathan, we can't enter Bala Blue. Now where everything scattered be that. Why am I going back through all this story when we are actually talking about 30 days challenge? Is because you guys need to understand what has been happening and how long Nigeria has been in this downward spiral. Buhari comes in, the Northerners, you cannot say anything about Buhari, they will attack you. Nigerian, I mean, like Mr. Tayo, you are older, so definitely you saw all these things. When Buhari was there for 8 good years, welcome my sister Ify, I see you, man. When Buhari was there for 8 good years, they not born you well. If you say anything about Buhari, the Northerners will come for you.
Yes, so that's what we were doing.
Exactly. When Buhari was there, the first time, that's why for me, I've always been somebody who advocated against these 2 times presidency. That, he has done first time, he's done second time. That is not how democracy works. You can never get dividend of democracy that way. What determines if a president do a second time is performances. Look at America, for instance. Donald Trump was the president in 2016. He's going to become president in 2020. Because he messed up towards the end of his first term, Americans kicked him out. Biden got there. He's so friendly. Biden is like a father. I call him grandpa. He was nice. He gave us money. I don't know. lost count of how much Biden even give during COVID. My children were receiving money. I was receiving money. Okay, be like said they don't give me, but be like my wife collect. But I know my kids were receiving money. I think for like 6 months. Oh, Sister Ify, you thank God you are here, Sister Ify. You live in America, right? Okay. Oh, you are muted. I think you are muted.
Yeah.
Are we not collecting money for like almost 6 months where we have that lockdown?
Oh yeah, for people that qualify.
For people that qualify, you know, na big woman now, I know if you collect. Even me, they don't give me she self. But I don't know.
They give people money. In fact, let me tell you something that will shock you. I think was it 2022 or 23? I can't remember. I live in the state of Georgia. There was a time we got $350 each. Why? Because the government they declared excess surplus.
Wow.
So government gave us $350 each.
Wow.
Anybody that paid tax that year, you will receive $350. I've said it a couple of times. So Nigeria, you can never declare surplus. It's not even possible. In fact, let me show you something that will shock you. Hold on. Let me show you something that will shock you, right? I'm gonna cover the amount that you will see. Hold on. I'm gonna cover the amount. Did you see this?
Yeah.
This is from the Bank of Treasury, America, right? They're refunding me money that I paid excess in 2021.
Okay.
Yeah, that happens in the UK as well.
Yeah. So what happened was that they sent this check, I lost it. And somebody told me to write to them. I'm like, and I got the same check again today, this evening.
Yeah. I have received £1,800 in refund for excess tax.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the UK.
Thank you, my sister. So at least those who are watching now, we know that when you live in a better world where things are working, it's different from the way.
Uncle Ben, but here in Nigeria, banks steal from your account. If you don't monitor your account very well, they'll steal from you.
Yeah.
Family Bank wanted to try it with me. I had to leave the account dormant.
Yeah.
They sent me they owe them 325 naira. For what exactly?
Yeah.
Bro, keep your bank account, I beg.
Yeah.
Telling me, he got one time where Nigeria Bank thief Bflex money. I think, I told you guys, Bflex work, she has like multiple stream of income too. She do online hustle too. When they paid her for the job she did online, the thing went into her account and they cleared her for Nigeria Bank. When she called me, she was crying. I'm like, oh, no, Bflex. No. I just said, babe, I beg, my dear, you don't have to cry. I will understand how it be. I said, okay, go to the bank on Monday. She went for where they were telling her story. I felt so bad for her because you can imagine working 30 days. And I tell people who work remote.
Sorry to interrupt you. I remember that issue. I think they told her that the transaction was made by her. Can you imagine? They insisted that she was the one that did that transaction.
Yeah,
can you imagine?
So imagine somebody work remote for 30 days. And for those who don't know, when you work remote, sometimes you work harder than people who actually go to the office. Yeah. I tell my guys all the time that, look, when you work remote, you are under pressure because you have to deliver. When it's time for you to turn in your tax or project, you must deliver. She worked 30 days and Nigerian Bank, they vamoose her money. And when she told me, I felt so bad. I'm like, hey, Bflex, I'm so sorry. But anyway,
quiet, Uncle Ben. Me, I would have gone viral. Hey, oh yeah, we go.
So what I'm saying is that I am not a fan of this second-term presidency thing. So when Biden came, COVID is here. Biden was signing check, like my sister Maria said. Congress are the one that actually approved, but at least president will have to say, give it to them and send it to Congress first, right? So Biden gave everybody money. At the point when I saw how much, because I got 3 kids, each one of them, they collect money every month.
Yeah.
My wife was bawling at the time. At the point I told my wife that, babe, this money they are sending, we go cough this money. Oh. America don't give anything for free. Oh,
no.
You know, my wife now, Moimbo. My wife like, when it's time, when it's time to pay back, we're all gonna pay back. I'm taking the check right now. I say, okay, babe, I resign.
No,
All
no,
right.
no. They didn't. The only people that is refunding their money now by fire or by crook are the people that collected PPE.
The PPE loan, yes. But do you know why I said? You know why I said we're gonna pay back? Because at that time, I know it's going to lead to inflation. You know, that money they released at that time during COVID in America, I know that money will result to inflation. And that is what led to Biden losing this last election.
But if you look at it, let's be honest. If they didn't do that, don't you think America will go into recession?
It's the same way. We are both way.
So either way you look at it, it's still gonna happen. The truth of the matter is this: yes, they lost the election, and now Trump's supposed to fix the country, right? What is going on? Trump is not even talking about the economy. He's busy fighting, deporting people and all that stuff. A crate of eggs, 1 dozen is $5.20 something cents.
Yep.
1.5 dozen is about $7 something. Can you just imagine?
Okay. Don't let us even go there. Let's just look at this Nigeria issue, because this egg, where you go, they mention now. You know, once you mention egg for US, war won't start with that.
But Uncle Beno, do you know what brought me here?
Yes, ma'am.
What brought me this evening is this, and I'm sure you saw that issue going on in River State.
Yep.
We have to tell ourselves the truth. I'm sorry if you know me. Anybody expecting anything good from Nigeria is just wasting their time.
I'm with you.
Tinubu, it took Buhari 8 years to destroy Nigeria. And it's taking Tinubu 2 years to finish it up. He has not even finished it. Honestly speaking, these people, they only care about themselves. You see Tinubu, you see Wike, you see Akpabio, 3 of them.
Yep.
They only care about themselves.
Yep.
But like I always say, Nigerians, this is the time for you to rise up. If you choose not to rise up, speaking alone on social media is not enough. These people don't care. Look at the young girl that spoke up. You see what she got. People are intimidating her. People are threatening her. And I ask myself the same question I ask every day. Does it mean that you people are buying things cheaper than other people? Is this inflation not affecting you people? Is this cost of living? Even we here in America, we are dealing with this seriously because our paychecks are not going up, but the cost of living is constantly going up. So I don't understand, when they say, our inflation has come down to 20-something%. I want to understand with what basis. How did they come to that number? And again, you talk about minimum wage. How much is our minimum wage? Who can survive under that amount of money? People, Nigeria is going down. We will not recover this country called Nigeria. If we don't do anything now, it's going to get worse. These people are putting their kids in a strategic positions so that their kids will take over when they retire.
They are preparing them.
The only way to recover this country is to bomb them, to bomb all of them.
Look!
Let me tell you, Uncle Bino, you're not going to like it. But I have always been a fan of disintegration. Everybody go your own way. Because this issue of unity is not going to work. Let us not lie to ourselves. People are beginning to talk about 2027 election. What is it called? Whatever reform. If there is no reform, we cannot, there is nothing that can be done. I say, look, let me tell you something. You can reform INEC, you can reform electoral, whatever. You can reform Tinubu. That is not the problem. The problem is that we don't have a failed constitution. It's just the people. No matter how much you want to change anything and reform anything, you're still going to have the same people over there.
Yes.
Somebody was, like I said, Tinubu is going to win the election, whether you vote or not. He already has somebody placed the Supreme Court Justice of what's her name, the Coco, whatever the woman's name is. She's going to declare him the winner. Even if Tinubu, even if he doesn't get any single votes. Let us understand that. That is where we are now. The country has been hijacked. We are not even talking about inflation anymore because it's going to get worse.
Already. Thank you, Sister Ify. That's a very good point. Anybody wanted to add anything to that before we move on to reacting to some of these rants? Sister Grace?
I only just want to add to what Sister Ify just said now. Sister Ify has made a very valid point, because if you are going to look at Nigeria from that perspective, then everybody should just go back home and go and sleep and wait for everything just to fall apart. But I want to believe that there is still that saving grace, that only God can do what no man can do.
No, hold on, bro. Please don't bring God to this. No, don't bring God to this. No,
I was going to say the same thing, man.
No. I hate
religion is not helping.
Don't bring
Has
God
only
to
made
this
things worse.
situation. God has given us brain. God has given us sense.
I understand.
I understand very well.
What I'm trying to say is simple. What I'm trying to say is simple. See, all these people that are there now, they are having a stranglehold on Nigeria as a nation. They are like, they have kind of a soaking hold on us. And the only way we can break free, we take a special grace for us to be able to do so. Because, see, they have their hands in everything. They have the money, they have the connection, they have the people, they have the wherewithal.
Right, brother, let me tell you. Hold on, I don't mean to cut you. Do you know how powerful the masses are? The only problem why we are not protesting is because we are afraid to die. Let me tell you something. If Nigerians rise up against these people, they will all run away. If we get to that point, you see this new generation, these Gen Z people, even though these people, they have hijacked the country, but the power still belongs to the people. If, let's say, 10 millions, or let me say even 5 millions, or if 1 million of Nigerians rise up and march to that Abuja and tell them, if you want to buy everybody, how many will you buy? Even if you bring out the military on the street and, the people can overwhelm the military. They are suffering too. I saw one young girl who said that her father served in the police force for 25 years. And he fell sick. They were able to raise 10,000 naira for him. Can you imagine?
Yeah, I saw the
25 years. The people, we got the power. Don't let these people not deceive you. If we are ready and rise up, imagine when they wanted to protest the first time. Everybody ran away. They all left the countries, right? They all left the countries. We are not serious.
The problem is that we are not speaking in one voice.
Exactly, we are not.
Like what is happening in Rivers State, like you said, look at the people that are now standing there supporting Wike. What justification do they have to support him? Right? So these wicked people, they will still have their supporters. So the one that think, oh, they are speaking, thank God for social media space. This girl is being protected because of the social media space. Do you think if she come into the street and start saying, we not agree, they will just knock her down? They will kill her. And these politicians, where are their family? Where are their children?
Abroad.
It's just our people that are selling us. It's difficult. It's just, we've been calling God from time immemorial. I was going to join you to say, let's leave God out of it. But what are we going to do?
Don't call God. Let me tell you something. I get upset when people mention God.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. What you mean. It's religion that actually.
Bro, listen. China is not a Christian nation.
Sister Grace.
Yes, my brother.
Hold on, please. Let's take it one at a time. Okay, Mr. Dio.
Yes,
finish your thought, but I beg, no call prayer. Oh God.
Yes.
My ify they took of my mouth. I hate it. Honestly, me too. I hate time when we are talking about reality on ground, and Nigerians started talking about let's pray. Oh God, I'm a Christian. It piss me off. And I used to say that this is why a lot of people are freaking poor in Nigeria. You are
I'm a Christian. Let Christianity not be an individual thing that you practice in your home. Let all religion be banned in Nigeria.
Mr. Dayo.
Yes, sir.
Land your point, Mr. Dayo. We'll come to
something. I like what Sister Ivy said.
You, my dear. Go ahead.
She has mentioned the problem of Nigeria as a nation.
Yeah.
What has happened in Nigeria and nothing, and there is no reaction. If half of it has happened in some other countries, there will be a general revolution. Because Nigeria are the most, I don't want to use the word resilient. We are the most, if there's any decision that I can just use, because we'll be feeling pains like this, something is wrong, and we will not voice out. I've never seen a nation like that, like Nigeria. What we have gone through is more than enough for us to have reacted, to have called for a change, and to have been better than this by now. It is not at this age, at this level, that we should be saying that, oh, Nigeria, we're supposed to be speaking out. We're supposed to have been speaking out for years. We did not, because of fear. And that same fear is still there up to today.
Yeah.
If youth rise up today, Uncle Beno, I'm sorry, if your family is in Nigeria and your daughter is carrying placard, you'll be the first, come here, come back here. You will lock the door on her. You're not allowed to go out.
Absolutely.
No, that's the truth. Let's face reality. It's good to stay on the line and be pointing out the mistake of people that are playing on the pitch. But you yourself get on the pitch, it will not be easy for you. So what we are facing in Nigeria is that until both the spectator and the player are united in one voice for a better country, we cannot go forward. Because it's not a matter of saying fight. Who want to bear the cat? Who want to die? We've seen cases of killings, meaningless killings all over the place for little riots, for little things that just happen, and nobody has been brought to book till date.
Yeah.
Had it been that if they kill somebody, maybe by mistake or maybe through any meaningful riot whatsoever, and there is justice system that is in place to check all these things, and people have been brought to book. I remember the case of this guy in the US, the one that spearheaded this Black Lives Matters.
Oh yeah.
Yes. God bless. If that thing happens in Nigeria, we'll be saying something else entirely. I can bet you that.
It can happen in Nigeria because, and thank you. Have you landed, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. It can happen in Nigeria because I'll be saying this and I'll continue to say it. Tribalism and religion. Those are the two biggest problems we have in Nigeria. If you really want to scatter anything for Nigerians, just add a little dose of tribalism and religion. You don't finish. See all that is going on now. All this youth now, we say this guy don't open their eye. Everybody don't they talk for this 30 days challenge right now. By the time this thing get hotter now, guess what will happen? I will bet I can put my money on this one. Tinubu will go to mosque on a Friday. They will televise it. He will be in the mosque praying Allah Akbar with everything. He will do a good prayer on a Friday. His wife will go to redeem. I'm so sorry to the redeemers that are watching. We just have to call it what it is. His wife will redeem. Yes. They will televise it. Did you see any video of our wife so far now? Once this thing hot reach one stage, I'm going somewhere with this. The wife will go to redeem or go service. The camera go the pan, they go the pan to the wife. You see, hallelujah. They go even give her a mic. She go talk. Praise the Lord. The Lord is good. God has been good for us. We are walking and God is listening to our prayer. Anybody who says God is not listening, they are lying. Nigeria is one. God loves. You know where they go, so? They don't already break this youth drive, be that. Because now, instantly, any youth where they go redeem, if you post any video about that thing, even your redeemed church member, they'll begin to, why now? I'm actually here now. Don't do that now. I'm sorry for those where they go redeem. I've had this conversation several times. I don't care. Even my professor for school, one time we were arguing on Facebook regarding this Tinubu wife matter and redeem. Because she's a pastor at Redeem, she can get away with every freaking thing. So that's why I usually say that if you are monitoring all these politicians, you will see the game they are playing. Tinubu is a Muslim. The wife is a pastor in one of the biggest church in Nigeria. One of the denominations we respect and like the pastor so much in Nigeria. The wife is a pastor. But have you seen anything that display the character of a pastor in that wife? I'm sorry. Who wants verse? Make it verse. I'm not judging, but that's what it appears to me. Go on, Sister Ify.
Apologize, sir.
So all these things that are going on, including Mr. Jackson, or this Sunday Jackson, the guy that was sentenced to die by the Supreme Court, nobody has ever said anything, including your Nigerian pastors.
Before
I did not hear Adeboye say anything. I did not hear Onyedepo say anything. I did not hear Wetin Enenche say anything. I did not Bakari say anything. None of them. None of them said anything. And they call themselves Christians.
Yeah.
The country is going down every day, every day. None of them has said anything.
No, they're not gonna talk. It's so
and you call yourself a Christian.
So unfortunate.
Where is Christ right? So this guy defended himself. People, the Fulani, what's his name? This guy, this artist, what's his name? The one from, oh my God. Oh, what is this guy's name? He's an artist because he posted something on Instagram and saying that the federal government should come and help. The herdsmen, attacking the crops and eating up the crops, the cows, in his village. Can they do something and all that stuff? I say, nobody's saying anything. But when people come out on social media to rant, instead they will be greeted with a threat. This is where we are. Everybody.
And in case if you guys don't know, that's why I'm gonna continue to do this how to fix Nigeria. I don't care, even if it is one person watching. I'm using Peter Obi approach now. If you can speak to one person in a day and the person can understand how we can fix Nigeria, at least I have achieved one goal. And all of us collectively, we have achieved one goal. I want to show you guys one video real quick. Make I show what is going on as a result of this 30 days challenge. Make una listen to una mad people who una put for Senate. So una see grandpa with the
I saw that nonsense.
20,000 wife.
I saw that nonsense.
On this platform, it's a call for equity and fairness. It's a demand for respect and recognition of Nigeria's status as a global leader in digital engagement. In furtherance of our commitment to a structured and accountable digital space, this bill also mandates all bloggers operating in Nigeria to have an office that is verifiable in any of the capital cities across the country. They must,
including his wife,
of the employees, and belong to recognized national bodies, which shall have its headquarters in Abuja.
Okay.
We cannot continue to have a situation where individuals operate anonymously, spreading information mostly false, without any structure or accountability. Just like traditional media houses, bloggers must be properly registered and regulated to ensure professionalism, transparency, and responsibility in their operations. Mr. President and my colleagues, I urge all to support the passage of this bill. It's a bold step towards ensuring that Nigeria's digital space is not only vibrant, but also fair and just for all stakeholders.
But bloggers are slightly different because they can do their business from their bedrooms, they can do their business from their cars, they can do their business from the plane, anywhere they are. So I think the best thing is for the bill to go for second reading, and after the second reading, while we are at a public hearing, a lot of people could be invited to make their inputs. I'm very certain that by the time it comes back to us for possible passage into law, it definitely would have been different and much more streamlined. But at least the general idea is there, and his job was just to provide the general principles. It will be clear. I don't want the world to misunderstand us as if the Senate is trying to gag the social media. No, that is not the intention here. The intention is for tax purposes and also to have a register of. In fact, it's good for them because now with the new tax innovation, if you are not making as a company up to 50 million in a year, you are exempted from taxation. And if you are an individual trader and you don't make up to 1 million, you don't have to pay tax. Or you make 1 million or under, you don't have to pay tax. So for the purpose of tax and for the purpose of clarity of what you are doing, and for record purpose, I think this is a good bill. However, I was looking to see whether there is any way it will tend to gag the freedom of expression or tend to stop the business of, in quote, bloggers.
Mr. President, this bill, therefore, is not an attack.
Uncle Bino, how does this improve the life of ordinary citizens selling vegetable?
Exactly my question.
Sorry, not
Exactly.
I just don't understand. Does it mean that they don't have something to do or say?
Okay.
They're not even talking about development. They don't have anything to say or do.
This is a revenge from him against Regina Daniel.
Sister Grace, wow. All right, let's break that tape down, okay? Thank God, thank you guys for hanging out with me. You see that tape that I played, there is more to that tape than meet the eyes. I think Sister Marriott and CC, maybe some other people, they already catch what is going on. First, look at the man who is proposing this bill. This man in a sync line would have been called a PDF file, if you know what I mean. This man that is proposing this bill.
Yeah.
This man has been in that house now for how long? I can't tell one significant bill or anything this guy contributed that will be to the benefit of the entire Nigerians. He always look out for himself, and I'm going somewhere with this. If we are looking at it from the scope of this 30 days challenge we are doing, because Nigerian youth need to learn how to approach these people. This guy, Ned Nwoko, has never promoted anything in that house that has nothing to do with him directly benefiting from it. This bill is to serve several purposes. They have been trying to gag Nigerians for way too long. Buhari tried it with Twitter. If you guys remember, Sister Marriott, I think you should be aware of this. Buhari tried it with Twitter.
Yes, remember.
In Nigeria. And it wasn't until they want to contest and they realized the momentum Peter Obi was gaining on Facebook. That's when they went back and reverted that Twitter thing so that they can use it to their advantage. Do you know why they do that? Twitter allows for all kinds of nonsensical stuff. And Twitter is where they have their propaganda machines. You know, when they post stuff on Twitter, the major blogs in Nigeria, they will now pick those stuff from Twitter or Instagram. and share it. Then it will spread among the youth and those who are internet users in Nigeria, who are social media users in Nigeria. So they tried it with Twitter, but they saw that it's going to work against them at the election, so they stopped. When Tinubu came in now, the moment people started calling out Tinubu policy, people are speaking out, they have raised all kinds of bill in order to shut Nigerians down. It's not working. Now, when they see the power and the forces behind Natasha and how everybody came out and spoke about the treatment they are giving Natasha, and they are beginning to appear to the rest of the world for who they truly are. This Ned Nwoko, the other wife he has that from Morocco, and they were doing PDA or whatever. Sissy, what do you call that thing? PDA, right?
Lila. Yes.
They were doing PDA. Regina Daniel ran away, small girl that he married. And on the internet, Regina Daniel was being dragged. And even Regina herself, I think she was throwing shade at him.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Posting herself on the internet. And whatever Regina posted, the bloggers will carry it. This man is so freaky selfish. So he's just looking for a way that, you know what? I think we can kill one bird with a stone. Imagine this girl made this video 3 days ago. Said Tinubu is a terrible president. And today, this man is coming with this bill. And they already said, okay, he has to go for second reading. Why do you want bloggers to have office? Bloggers don't need the office. They don't need office. The only thing is, if you want to regulate into, for tax purposes, you can say, okay, you need to have a registered name that you are running business with so that you can file stuff with that. But demanding they have no blog, don't these people, they mad. Don't you understand blogging, micro blogging?
Uncle Ben, you know they try to figure out Gist Lover.
And they crazy. That one. I'm doing this right now from the comfort of my home, in my home office. So I should leave this space now. Make I go rent one place where I go to pay huge money for micro blogging. Blogging that I don't have a regular schedule. I only do it for how to do. They are just mad. They are just looking for how to gag Nigerian youth. But this is the danger. If this one should pass, let me just say this. Thank God we have CC here. We have Misty. And do we have anybody from Cameroon here? They can relate with what I want to say now. In Cameroon got to where it is right now because they killed freedom of speech in Cameroon. Cameroon has been in war for far too long. Their president is like a walking dead. I'm sorry to say. They kept the man there. Even when I have conversation with my Cameroonian friends here in the US, I used to tell them that, look, you guys should stop blaming Biya. Biya is not the one that kept himself there. It's the people who are using him that kept him on power. The man have even lost his memory, allegedly self. They still kept him there. But what do? They make sure they gag the youth. You can't talk anyhow. The same thing I learned is going on in Uganda. You cannot mention the president's name publicly. Is that the route we want to go now in Nigeria? Once they gag Nigerian youth, these people are trying to steal the country. They want to make sure they run Nigeria down. And the worst of it now is that those are the helm of affairs. This is where I really don't support Tinubu one bit. Those are the helms of affairs. They are so selfish that they don't care if the country burned down. As far as their own selfish interest is being met, they are good. They are good. They are okay. That's just what's going on. So if you put this back, if you relate it to what is happening in Rivers State right now as we speak, two people interest, personal ambitions. Now I want to ruin Rivers State. So Tinubu want to run for election in 2027. he still want to win Rivers State again, because in the last election, if you remove Rivers State vote from that election, Peter Obi is the winner.
Bam.
Just be candid with you. If you remove the vote that were allotted or allocated or assigned to APC from Rivers, Peter Obi will emerge the winner. So Tinubu need Rivers State. This is just political calculation. He needed Rivers State. Who can deliver Rivers State to him? Do you anybody know? Is Mr. Dayo here? Mr. Dayo, who do you think can deliver Rivers State for Tinubu?
Wike.
That is why Tinubu is keeping Wike now. He's his own right-hand man when it comes to South. That's why he's still keeping him. So that's politics.
The person that Wike left in charge when after his tenure, Fabura. I am not there, but as somebody who monitor politics just for fun, I can tell you this for free. The original goal when those 27 lawmakers deflected to APC, Fabura was supposed to deflect to APC too. He did it. It's part of why he was having problem with Wike. So, but to come to this our 30 days challenge conversation, the ambition of Mr. President for 2027 is what is leading to this nonsense now. That ambition, Rivers State is part of the strategy, and Wike is the key. If they can't have Rivers State, it's more or less like, this is not certain, because the way this political calculation is going right now, I think the president have already lost Kano. And you know, in the history of Nigerian politics, when you lose Kano or Lagos, your leg is shaking already. I don't know if I'm making sense, Mr. Dayo.
Very, very correct. Those are the most populated states in the country.
Yes, so that's why I said in the last election, people might not know where Tinubu winning came from. Wike was the one that gave Tinubu that winning number. Even though they ring it, Wike was the one that gave him that winning number. All the eastern states, they all voted for who? They voted for Obi. So, but now imagine in that same last election, Peter Obi won Tinubu in Lagos. Do you know that pain? How it feels that somebody can win you at your own backyard, you a whole political godfather. That send a message. That simply tells the president that, hey, look, even in Lagos, you are not too popular with these folks. So if you run a free and fair election, these people, they will dust you. So that already sent the message. Yeah. And with the way and everything that has happened in Lagos right now, how the people in Lagos State has been treated, to the point that even Yorubas in Lagos, they are mad at the president right now. If you see any Yoruba in Lagos that is a Tinubu, those are the ones who belong to the crumb eaters. Those are the ones who are part of that network where the money is flowing. Those are the ones who will see that is this praising Tinubu. Many Yorubas right now in Lagos, they are crying. Let me show you another example, just for you to know that this 30 days challenge is not limited only to all these young folks. Here is a Yoruba woman. You may not understand what she's saying, but we interpret. Oh, thank God, Sister Marriott is here. She can interpret, and Mr. Dayo is here. Take a listen.
I can interpret too.
Okay.
Torí ẹlẹ́nujọ́ mẹ́ta tí bá ń táwọn èèyàn ń sọ̀rọ̀ ń pa àwọn èèyàn control díẹ̀ all those things mo wò pé ṣé nǹkan tó kàn wá kọ́ lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí ni ebi ń pa ṣégè sí àwọn èèyàn lára ebi ò wá mọ̀ bóyá mo kàn ń sọ àwọn èèyàn bóyá kò dọ́dọ̀ àwọn ẹlòmíì bọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ tèmi ebi ti fẹ́ lu ilé ayé tèmi pa o.
Simbi, interpret that one. May we not play too far before you hear. Interpret that one first if you understand what she's saying.
Uncle Ben, I did not hear what she said though.
Okay, let me interpret it. Did everybody hear it? But I will interpret.
I did. I heard it.
Okay, please interpret, Mr. Dayo. Make it not be like saying now only me interpret them.
Now, the woman was saying that what that lady said was what everybody was passing through, but just that lady was the only person who was the first person to come out and say it. That she's the person that she's suffering, and that in fact hunger has nearly killed her as she's speaking now.
Okay. Absolutely correct. So that's what she said. Why did I play this video? I played the video for you to know that even Yorubas, they are feeling the heat. You see, one thing about us in Nigeria, and may God rescue us. I mentioned this in one of our show here. If you have an Hausa man at the helm of affairs as the president of Nigeria, Northerners we instantly feel that, oh, my life go better now. We be say now Hausa man na in there. If you have an Igbo man or Ijo or whatever there, just like when we had Goodluck Jonathan, people from that side will just have this feeling instantly. Yes, we are in control. Our life go better now. Our person there. The same goes to if you have Yoruba. When Tinubu came in, when he was sworn in as the president, a lot of Yorubas, except for a few who really know the reality on ground, that this Baba, if he deliver shit. But many Yorubas were kind of happy that, yes, thank God, finally, we have a Yoruba person. Yes.
Uncle Ben, the two parties, they were not just happy.
All right.
Parties everywhere.
And that is the danger we are facing in Nigeria and in Africa as a whole. Thinking that because your tribesman, because your kinsman is the president, therefore your life don't better, that is where you will get FAFO, the way we have it in America right now. Because guess what? I'm a Yoruba. Obasanjo was there for 8 good years. The only good thing about Obasanjo being there for 8 good years was that he brought in identifiable changes. He brought infrastructures. He brought investment. In fact, we can say Obasanjo is the one that brought the technology, that revolutionized technology in Nigeria, such that we are having phone and everything now. But did anybody gain personally say, yes, I gained this thing? Obasanjo, they give me this money because now my Yoruba man ain't there. No, except for those who are politicians, those who belong to their grassroots or whatever. Maybe if they are sharing money, but collectively, it doesn't do us no good. That is the reality on ground. That's why I kept saying that for me, anybody that is preaching tribalism, the moment you start saying, this person now, if you put her, you go do this. This one, Yoruba, you put her, that one, Igbo, if you give her, you go do this. You lost me. Because what we need to look out for is who can deliver. Leadership has nothing to do. Yes, competence. Leadership has nothing to do with where you came from. Yes, Sister Ify. Go ahead, Sister Ify. I can see you.
Okay, so when Tinubu stole the election, let me say this. For people hoping that Tinubu will do anything, can you just tell me what this man did in Lagos that you can say, okay, this is what he did? When this woman, this girl that called Lagos smelly, this is the Lagos Tinubu built. He is the king. He developed Lagos. He made Lagos. He's going to deliver Nigeria. But nobody can categorically tell me one thing Tinubu did in Lagos. How can you be a governor for 8 years and you lost election in the same state that you governed for 8 years?
Yeah.
To another person who is not even your tribe. And Nigerians were hoping that he's going to deliver Nigeria. How?
It's not Nigerians that are hoping, though. It's his political party people.
Okay, political. Okay, fine.
May we not blame all Nigerians.
See, to be honest with you, do you know my happiness? Nobody's talking about APC now. You know, initially after the election, you can see the APC people attacking you. Now I don't hear their voices. They have all gone into hiding.
Okay, Sister Ify, sorry to interject. Do you know what they call Sakpam Aleikum in Muslim language?
Listen, the bottom line is that nobody is buying bread cheaper than no political party member is buying a bread cheaper than the other. We are all singing the same song. I went to Nigeria. I came back. I went to Nigeria during Christmas, and I just laughed and shook my head. Everybody, this inflation don't humble everybody. Nobody's talking about APC or PDP or this. Everybody's now singing the same song. Tinubu, on your mandate, we shall stand. Is your leg not paining you now?
The mandate is shaking now.
It's more than shaking, it has fallen. That's why they are not talking anymore. Which mandate?
Oh my God.
8 years. You did not win in Lagos. You did not win in Abuja.
Mr. Ife, that's why I said you should have asked me, say, okay, Uncle Beno, what is Sakpa Malekum?
I don't sapa everybody now. Even his son came yesterday to, talk like, just like very man said, he was just talking like an abuelo. You can see, I'm saying, what is wrong with this one?
Oh,
that's thing that happened to Nigeria.
Please don't start now. I didn't know you are this funny, honestly. I never knew you are funny like this.
I love my country, honestly speaking. I love my country. But when I see the suffering, what people are going through, Uncle Bin, I don't know the last time you went home.
My sister, I think it was 2021 or 22.
May I tell you something? For the first time, one of my cousins that has never, even though he doesn't have, but the little, when I say he doesn't have, he doesn't have. But when he called me here to ask me for money, in fact, he moved back to the village now. And when he heard that I came back, because when he asked me for money, I didn't tell him anything that I'm coming back. And he came and saw me. I gave him $200. If you see how this boy ran out, everybody was like, what is going on, Azubike? What is going on? The joy. In my head, I'm like, what is $200? Tell me, for how long will this money last for this guy? He brought his family from Lagos because he cannot continue. Things are very hard. He cannot pay their school fees.
Yep.
My people, I beg, we have a long way to go. Anybody hoping that anything will come out of this government is a waste of time. Tell me one thing Tinubu has done. This is 2 years. I remember when they were rioting, his daughter came out to defend him. Give him time. We have given him time. 2 years. 2 years.
See, my sister Ife, basically, nothing will come out from Tinubu administration. Let me just say that now. Everything he wanted to do, he has done it already. And if you are familiar with Nigerian political history, you will know that once election is like 2 years away, the politicians, they will start channeling all their energy, all their resources towards the next election. So I think if Tinubu even have any miracle he's going to perform, is between now and December of this year. From January 1st, 2026, everything they will be doing will be towards that next election. All the money they want to spend, the people they have to do you know how much they spend in the last election? Even people confess that they have not seen money blown in an election like that before. Do you know how much Wike spend for these people? What did they call those people, Mr. Dyer? Those people that used to vote? Hey, delegates, Abi? Yeah, I think they call them delegates.
They are called delegates.
Those delegates, do you know how much money they gave those delegates? So anything Tinubu is going to do is from now until December of this year. After December of this year, from January 2026, all their attention will be on the next election because they are so used to that money that they are that they are sharing. It's just like when Patrick Jonathan say, this money you are sharing, this money you are sharing, this blood you are sharing. So right now, they are so used to sharing that money and they can't let it go. So I'm so sorry. Now, Very Dark Man, still talking about tribalism and all that. Very Dark Man has this to say. Take a listen, guys.
I feel the need to say this to you. If they criticize President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they did not criticize the whole Yoruba nation. They criticize somebody that is responsible for the whole country. And if they feel the need that is not doing well, you would talk. I don't know why people are mistaking this thing. Like if they talk against the policies and the regime of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it means that they insult Yorubas. A lot of our tribalism don't finish on our head, it don't block on our brains. And it's a problem. Our fathers, they do the same thing. Our mothers, the previous generation, they did the same thing. We, with our internet generation, we still won't follow in that same mumu path. Come on. Now, with these girls talks in Lagos State, the smell. Somebody say Lagos State, the smell. When I tell the girls, when she go back to where she come from, I say, yes, did she lie? When I say, one person go make video, post video, say, see, Edo State, the smell. Now, if you say Edo State is smelling, that is not a shot at me. That is a shot at the governor of Edo State. It is a shame to me, not to him, not me. That girl said Lagos State, the smell. I just said the girl don't apologize. If I was the one, I won't apologize. I see it, I say it. If the girl say Lagos State the smell, then it is a shame to Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Do you understand? Now he's supposed to say, okay, you know what? This girl is saying Lagos State is smelling. Which part of Lagos is smelling? Let's work on that part so that it will be sent in, so that nobody will have any reason to talk. Only in Nigeria, they criticize politicians. The people where they suffer, they defend the same politicians where they criticize. And you say Nigeria no better. And you want these politicians to work hard or to work well. They use the poor to fight the poor that are being oppressed. I see some things on Twitter, although I don't take Twitter serious because 80% of the people that use Twitter are just nonsense at the end of the day. They can't make a statement outside. If you see them in person, they know if you follow you talk. All those ones are behind their keypad. Real life, they cannot make an impact. But because, again, now there they drive all the narrative, propaganda, and agenda on Twitter. If you have phones, instead of Namona, they communicate to make the country better. Now, anybody here, you go see your brother when they do something bad. Because of saying a Yoruba man, you go say, You go see your brother when they do something bad. Because of saying an Igbo man, you go say, You go see your brother when they do something bad. Because of saying a Hausa man, you go say, Tribalism won't finish us. He finished our forefathers. He finished our fathers. He finished our forefathers, finished our great-grandfathers, finished our grandfathers, finished our fathers. Now we don't come for us again.
We never
learned something wrong. You can't say it because of tribe, because of religion. I pity you now. Now go do the same mistake. Our generation will pass. The next generation will come back and suffer it. Tech generation, where other people they use better their lives and make their countries better. Now they fight on ourselves over tribe and religion. Over tribe and religion, especially tribe. Yoruba, Ronu, Igbo, indigenous people of Biafra, Arewa, all of them, bang on Twitter. Now, why Buhari call na lazy youth? Now, one of the biggest truths where they don't talk, because a lot of them don't even really get sense.
All right, who want to go first? Sister Ify, Sister Grace, and Mr. Dayo. Who want to go first? Anybody want to respond to Very Dark Man?
I didn't hear much what he said because I muted him for briefly to take a call. But you know, this guy will never do wrong in my eyes, to be honest. Like him or hate him, he is one person at least we know that can stand up and tell you anything he wants to tell. He will be arrested immediately he comes back from China. They are already ordered for his arrest.
No problem.
Is suing him for 1.something billion, whatever, 1.1 billion for defamation. So the judge ordered for his arrest. And like he said, listen, I'm not afraid. You cannot shut me down. In fact, I will expose you. I'm not afraid of being in jail for 60 days. How many months you want? How many years? But as long as I am alive, breathing, I will continue to expose you people. Yeah. The truth of the matter, in as much as sometimes he can go over the board and say some things, I'm like, bro, come on, calm down. But this guy is telling the truth. He's exposing everything. He gave it to Sheyi Tinubu. He gave it to him. He gave it to Bola Tinubu. He's telling the truth. Those things, the truth he has told. Nobody has come to say that, that he's lying. But he will always tell you, if you come for me, You're the victim.
Are the victim.
So how can you go down with somebody that doesn't have anything to lose? You tell them I'm already in the mud.
Thank you, my sister. And very dark man is even wearing Chinese clothes now. Yeah, boy. Yes, sir.
See, there are a lot of things that I would love to say about Very Dark Man, but I'll just limit it to this our discussion for now. What
Yeah.
the guy have said is actually the truth. That's number one. As always, he always know how to bring out the ills in society and address it the way it is.
Yeah.
This issue of tribalism, as I've been saying, as I've been talking about it, has gone so deep into our bones and into our marrows that it will take special effort for us to be able to come out of it. Because why? As we have now, an average Nigerian always see himself as a Yoruba man first, or as an Igbo man first, or as an Hausa man first before he see himself as a Nigerian. That's why I love what happened in Rwanda. In Rwanda now, that you cannot identify yourself by any tribe. They don't recognize tribe. Even they don't allow you to fill any tribe into their form or be whatever entity you want to do. You are just a Rwandan. Nowhere for you to put religion or put a tribe. No. So they see themselves as one. If Nigeria can come to that same level, whereby I will not see you, my brother, as a Yoruba man, or see you, my sister, as an Igbo woman, or see you as somebody else, but I see you as a Nigerian. I think that's the first step to progress. That's number one. And this attitude or this mentality of always putting on the putting on the glasses of tradition and religion or upon everything that we do. Even in the way we talk, even in the way we relate, even in the way we do politics, this thing has like engulfed us so much to the level that it is now becoming as if we cannot do without them. And then the politicians are using it to divide us. Yep. Anytime they want to divide the people, they have those two weapons. Either they use our religion, or they use our culture, or maybe our so-called tribes to to divide us to their own advantage. And once they are done, they will relax it again. But for how long can we continue like this, sir? How long can we continue like this? For Nigeria to go forward, we need to first of all deal with that issue of tribalism and religion. That's number one. I like what Sister Maro said. There is no religion in China. Look at countries that are advancing.
Yeah.
They are not so. If prayer can save Nigeria, we are the most prayerful country. You cannot walk out any street for Lagos or anywhere for this country without seeing church or mosque. We are powerful people. Yeah. Yet we are worst off. Countries that are much more advanced than us now, they hardly give chance for anything religion because they are much more business oriented. Now, thank God that this same guy that went to China, he said it, he saw it himself. He said their religion is their work, is their business. Business is their work, is their religion. I once worked, as an IT consultant. The very first time that I worked with an Indian man, and he was asking me, I want to do some networking in the office. That was in an hotel way back around 2001 or so. So the man said, I would like you to come over on Sunday, come and finish the work. I said, no, sir, I cannot come on Sunday. He said, why? I said, I have to go to church. The man looked at me and said, I beg, you Nigerians, you are too lazy. I said, how do you mean, sir? He said, your work is your religion. Your work is your God. In fact, I found it strange when he said it. He said, my work is my God. I said, no, not for me. He said, no, your work is your God. And they really meant it. That's they see it.
Yeah,
that's why the countries now they are progressing, but in Nigeria, nobody can take something from us.
That tribalism is the weapon fashion against Nigeria is too strong. Simbi, the weapon fashion against your people in Nigeria, how do we go about delivering us?
Your people.
Your people for Nigeria. How do we go about it?
Like Mr. Dayo said, see yourself as a Nigerian first. But there's something though. I think the only thing that actually unites us is soccer. when Nigeria is playing ball, and at the end of the day they'll still lose. That's the most annoying thing. They ain't ever win match. Ball possession go plenty, and they go still win match. So sometimes to watch Nigeria match, say, it tire me.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Simbi, for that one. Sister Marriott na comedian, I swear. I know say your husband go don't laugh tire with the way you they drop some things, is Marriott. Marriott say, Sister Ify, divide that nation. Now, Sister Ify and others, here is my take when it comes to this rhetorics about division. If you divide Nigeria, I think we did a show on that here one time now. I've been Mr. Dayo. Oh,
Yes, sir.
We did something about that here one time. My take is simple. With the way we are in Nigeria right now, even if you divide that nation, tribalism and religion and all these nonsensical things that we practice, including corruption, it will still affect, is like an infection, it's like a virus. It will still destroy each of those countries, even if we split. Go ahead, my sister.
If I may ask you, Uncle Bino,
Yeah.
what have you benefited
From our togetherness.
exactly from Nigeria as a country? Tell me one thing you can say that Nigeria as a country has done for you. That's number one. I don't like when people compare Nigeria to Rwanda. It's two different countries. You cannot compare. Mind you, of course, we know that's democratic country, but indirectly is a military country. Let's just be honest with ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't compare that. I'm a very big fan of Paul Kagame. I mean, I'm a fan to some extent, but we can tell that he's been in power for 20-something years, and you are telling me that there is no other person that can rule except Paul Kagame. So indirectly, he is just, but please don't compare. When you come to Nigeria, Uncle Bino, you are Yoruba, right? Or are you
Yes,
a okay.
I'm Yoruba.
Can you go to Kano State and seek any job in the government parastatals and you think they will look at you?
Nope.
Okay, and you are Nigerian, right?
Yep.
I cannot do that. Me, as an Igbo girl, cannot come to Lagos to maybe Shonwo lose office to seek any position. Even as a cleaner, they will not give it to me. These are the little things. What about the big ones? The truth of the matter is that we are not being honest. If we ask each and every one of us the deepest truth, we cannot be united. This has been the problem we have. If I cannot come to Lagos State and find a job where if me as an Igbo and I am born in Lagos, let's say, I cannot vie for any political position. What is the essence of you telling me that we are one Nigeria? Let us be honest with ourselves. The truth of the matter is that we know the truth. We can never be united. There will always be that part of us that will always tell you that you are Igbo, that you are Hausa, that you are Yoruba. In a country where you tell somebody that he can never be a president because the person is an Igbo, how can you tell me that that country can be united? It is not possible until we begin to tell ourselves the honest truth that this thing called Nigeria, like Mayegu will always say, it's not going to work for us. You see this Gen Z, I am so happy. My prayer is that I want God to keep them alive. Let's see where they will take this country. We are talking about churches and religion and all that stuff. Sometimes it's ignorant. It's just that people don't know what else to do. Yeah. I don't go to church. I've not been to church in the last 6 to 7 years. To be honest with you, there is no reason for me to go to church. Because the churches, the people, the so-called Christians are the most wicked people. Tinubu's wife is a Christian. I'm sorry. She's a Christian, but she saw what she said about Natasha. However, this is the same woman that fought in the Senate, fought a man in the Senate. So I don't like the hypocrites of we Nigerians trying to march together. It will not work. If you can destroy my house just because I am Igbo, How do you expect me to be happy for us to be united? It will not work. Let's be honest.
Here is the thing. Thank you, my sister. I've heard this argument several times, and I think I'm gonna do some show around this division thing. Biafra, Ududua, Arewa people. I think I'm gonna do. From this series we are doing now, how to fix Nigeria. I will set up a show for that, and we can have this conversation. See, if I have to be honest with you here, Ify, you see that division we are talking about, almost everybody want me we go. Yoruba want to be separated. There are some people in the Yoruba region that are promoting Yoruba nation. Mr. Dayo, am I lying? Oh, Mr. Dayo is not here.
I'm here. Very correct.
So there are people who are promoting Yoruba nation. There are people who say, if during Buhari regime, when hunger fire our people where when Buhari stock up everywhere with Northerners, about 70% Northerners were in Buhari's administration. Yoruba nation, the clamor for Yoruba nation was loud. Even now, it's still loud, but because of tribalism, because Tinubu is a Yoruba, it's died down little by little. But why do I bring this up? I'm saying this for you to know that you are not the only one who feel like the same way. You and many people also felt that, you know what, with the way this country is run, with the way nothing is working, all this corruption and everything going on, we are not meant to be together. So there are Yorubas who want Yoruba nation. Maybe we do our own. The clamor for Biafra has always been there. In the north, the Arewa people said they want to go. I wish Sister Natu is here right now. She can testify to what I wanted to say next. In the north, if not until I'm a grown man and I started mixing up with northern people from USA and all that, I don't even know that Fulani and Hausas don't get along.
They don't.
So I was saying it yesterday that when I was gonna go for my National Youth Service Corps, I don't want to go to the north. I told my friend Dr. Nii, I said, Nii, if they dare post me to the north, I won't honor this corps. I won't go. I don't think my success is tied to youth service. But thank God, I serve in Enugu, so I didn't have to go to the north. What now? By mixing up with other people, once we meet here in America, I now realize that so the people who have actually dominated the leadership from the north, they are actually Fulanis. So, and when you dig further, you discover that the Fulani are actually like immigrants. I wish Sister Natu is free. She's from the north. She can explain this better. But if you go and study very well, Usman Danfodio was the one who embarked on this jihadist campaign and all that. And then he infiltrated the northern side part of Nigeria. And from there, that is how the Fulanis, they started settling down. Not knowing that, in fact, somebody explained it to me better, that if you really want to trust anybody from the north, trust an Hausa man, not a Fulani man.
They are very, very reliable. Hausas are very, very reliable, but not the Fulanis.
Okay, so that means I'm not wrong. That's what they told me. They're like, oh, you are okay if you deal with the Hausas, but not too okay if you deal with the Fulanis. And then guess what? The Fulanis are the one who has been ruling mostly.
They are the one that has enslaved the whole of the north.
That's why Atiku is trying everything to do, because Atiku too is a Fulani, right?
It's a Fulani. Buhari is a Fulani. Everybody that has ruled from the north, most of them are Fulanis.
So where I'm going is this, just to support what Sister Ify said. We, the masses, we even want go so that we can deal with our own problem indigenously. But guess what? That will never happen. You know why? These few cabals, this few set of people that have hijacked the country for way too long, they will rather make sure war bust out, people buy to let that happen. Because you know why? If you split the country, those who are from the north own oil blocks in the Niger Delta, how do they want to come and claim it? How you go there not you oil block for Niger Delta? Now you they chop the oil money where they come from Delta. You see what I'm saying? So they won't let that happen. Never. They will they do everything to make sure that contraption called Nigeria exists. Yes, Mr. Dio.
Let me just quickly react to what my sister said, Sister Ife, because some of the things that she said are very, very fundamental. But I want to address some things. Number one, in Nigeria as of today, there are Igbo selected and appointed into various political positions in northern Nigeria. And I can give an example. We have somebody called Chidebelu Ewuze, a special advisor to the Gombe State governor. We have George Dike, a special advisor to the Niger State governor. We have Kester Ogwalili, a special advisor to the Borno State governor. And Cipra Nelson. In Lagos alone, we have over 30 Igbos elected or appointed into government in Lagos alone. Now, if you're going to go by the whole of Southwest, we have about 50. But the problem is that it is not reciprocated in the East like that. If you can go to Lagos State Secretariat, from the gate to the main offices, you will see mixture of Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo. Of course, the Yorubas are much. But Lagos is not a place whereby you say you can never get it. No. Most people that are working in Lagos, in fact, the civil servants in Lagos, let me tell you the secret. If the boss of a department in the civil service is from the East, 90% of the staff in that particular department, they'll be from the East. And nobody is raising an eyebrow. If the boss is from the North, 90% of the staff in that particular department, in the Lagos State too, they'll be from the North. So it is, we have already integrated into each other. So we are not that divided as we are saying it as per working class and all. No, you can work anywhere. But the major problem that we have is that people from the East are not receptive to this. I've gone to work in the North. I just came out from Zaria, and I have a lot of Yorubas, Igbos that are working there in the North. But it is not reciprocated like that in the East. That's where we are having issues. Let me
interject, Mr. Dio.
Yes, sir.
Because I think these are issues that we have to put on the table if we really want to address this one. When I say East, in this regard, I'm not speaking about the 5 states of the Igbos. I'm including both Niger Delta and everybody in this one now as I'm speaking. Mr. Dio, to understand what I want to say, if I ask you right now, can you list 30 companies in the East? Is it possible, sir? You will see that it's very hard.
I cannot list them often as it is now.
Okay. Yet, even if you try to list it, you will see how difficult it is. What I'm trying to point out is this: Lagos, Kano, Abuja, Port Harcourt, these are the major cities in Nigeria, major cities that are in major states in Nigeria. Correct. These are where businesses are dominant. This is where you find a lot of corporations, and at the same time, a lot of businesses as well as government works. So, if you go to the other states, you will see that they don't have 30% of what these other states have. And yet their population is higher. That is why it's difficult for non-indigenous to easily find jobs there. If you now come to places like Lagos, Abuja, Kano, and Port Harcourt, the population is high. The population of Lagos State indigenous itself. What is the population of Lagos now? 50 million as at the last time, right?
20
million, right? Lagosians, the real Lagosians, their population no reach 5 million. I can say this boldly. Koyo Mora, let us add everybody together. Now it make me look like say maybe Lagos state population they high. You know high. The main Lagos Yorubas, their population no pass 4 to 5 million. The rest of the other 15 millions, they are from the other parts of the country. So in other words, people are creating businesses, building houses, running so many things right there in Lagos. So that is why it looks so easy to say, oh, in Lagos, so people are getting job, Igbos are getting job, Hausas are getting job. But when you look at the main drive of the economy in terms of organizations, hiring companies and all that, factories and everything, they are not evenly distributed. So I don't think that is a good yardstick to compare that. Now, this same explanation I'm giving now, Mr. Dayo, I think the same rhetoric goes to what Sister Ivy is also saying. If Sister Ivy is saying, oh, we are not getting job in Lagos, they are not giving us job. She also needs to understand that it is not as if they are deliberately discriminating against somebody because you are Igbo. The job, unless if you go to corporations in Lagos as we speak right now, if you go to banks, you go see outside Igbo Yoruba working in banks in Lagos. But if you go to government parastatals, there are high chances that you may not see a lot of other tribes working in those parastatals. Me, as I'm speaking right now, I'm from Ondo State. What they are doing in Lagos State now, they are doing in almost all states in Nigeria. They have to ask you first, what is your state of origin? You feel me? So if I apply, I'm a Yoruba. If I apply for a job and a Lagosian apply for that job, if that job is a state government job, they will give that job to a Lagosians. And it's okay to do that because they have to provide job for their people. But in a nutshell, my own stance is that if we have even distribution of economic activities across all states, we won't even be discussing this, they give you job, they don't give me job. So it's the same thing everywhere. When I hear Igbo people give that excuse, we always start having argument from there. Like, I'll be like, you are not looking at these things right. I'll give you another example right now. I live here in United States. In my widest dream and imagination, I can never imagine that I'm going to be a nurse. Like even as I'm speaking with you right now, I still have like 2 things that I'm working on now because I even want to leave the nursing. Sometimes it's frustrating to me. It's too stressful. But why do I choose to become a nurse? Because when you live in this America, they go discriminate against you. There are some jobs that if that job requires a lot of communication and you have access, they're not going to give you the work. Now, one or 2 people here and there, they might be lucky to find those jobs. But majorly, you can't in America. There are some jobs that these jobs, they like to give white people. That is where we have DEI and all those stuff comes from. But when you come to the nursing sector, the healthcare sector, as a nurse, as a licensed nurse, they're not they discriminate against you. You get where they feel discriminate small, but majorly once they are short, that they hire you instantly be that. So all I'm saying in a nutshell is that these people have did a very terrible job. All these leaders from 1960 to today, they have done a very terrible job. Economic opportunities are not evenly distributed across states in Nigeria. And that is where I blame a lot of government, a lot of governors too. If there are companies, economic activities all over this, many, even Lagos State itself, the population in Lagos State, if you not reach 8 million, the reason Lagos State is booming, that everywhere is jam-packed, is because that is where the economic activity is dominated. So that's where you find jobs. That's where you find businesses. So, but just to bring this conversation home, even if we divide, if we don't tackle the problem of corruption, tribalism, and religion bigotry, now the same result we go still get. That's my final take. But let me play Dr. Akpoki's response to this guy 31-day challenge. Let me quickly play this. Where is it? And we will round up with Dr. Akpoki. It's just 6 minutes. Take a listen.
I'm still on the youth copper, or the copper, the female copper that was crying on her viral video. She made a very serious mistake, very, 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 very serious mistake. And I want to correct that mistake. She said that Lagos was smelling. That was a very serious mistake. It is not only Lagos that is smelling. The whole Nigeria, they smell. the whole Nigeria, they smell. The whole Nigeria, they smell. You see, sometimes I always wonder how I will explain some things to my grandchildren. How I will explain some things to my daughter my daughter's in-law. You know, I did a video about the Nigerian situation, that it is chaotic. And I told you that when you stay in a place that is smelling, that the smell, only sensing, that after some time you won't smell anything, because the epithelial cells of this your olfactory system becomes filled with odor, and so you don't perceive any smell. Nigeria own the nostrils, our nostrils don't carry overload of smell. The thing they even fall from our nostrils. Lagos, Nigeria is not only smelling, it is chaotic, it is oppressive, it's as if something is suffocating you, it is frightening and noisy. When I carry foreigners, if they sit in their cars, when you will see them, they'll do like this. It's as if the car coming is going to hit them. They will just like this, like, It's as if we are in an asylum. An asylum has a driving school. It's frightening. I left here to my other school to stay. The noise. Yahoo boys were playing music at night, loud music. Next day it was church. Then another one is generator. Then after generator, when electricity was restored, one person has something that's making suffocating. Sometimes I'll just pass through some areas. They are depressing. The road to my school. I've done the best I could do, but when you look this way, you look this way, you look this way, you see what reminds me of where I'm coming from. You want to pass somewhere, you see gutters everywhere. Depressive. Smelling. Is it worry? Okumagba layout, AC layout, where? Hausa Quarter, Igbudu Market, where? Is it Benin? The Sapele Road axis, I don't know if they've done it. Sapele Road axis up to Ring Road. Dirty roads. Is it Ibadan? Oh, Ibadan. SW1 stroke, SW2 stroke, SW this. You won't know road. You'll be going like this. The roof's brownish. Where? Except in maybe Abuja. The so-called Lekki, when it rains, so-called Lekki, our drainages are filled with silt and with filth. The one that annoys me, you will see somebody wash plates and wash soup and oil and particles of a gari, and bones, and pour the water on the third road. Una de craze, pour the water on the third road. I don't throw anything out of my car window. If I hold the thing, I hold it. I was with a man in an airport. He just ate his biscuit, threw it on the ground. I saw that he had leg issues. I picked it. He said, are you a cleaner? Look at you, daft human being. I was driving. They were carrying me to the airport from the express road, Coca Junction, on top of the bridge. If you see fecal matter on top of the bridge, see people strip naked, they shit for afternoon. Oh God. Person will call this place zoo, Una fit vex. But it's like a zoo. Where? In some areas in Abuja, when you go, when you leave the main beautiful places, filth, dirty, noisy, chaotic, dusty roads. Now, where Buhari come from, Daura, but Lagos, I know there's been some degree of improvement. In those days in Lagos, you hardly see a car with smooth body. Everywhere dented. Now, at least there's some level of sanity.
Ready to tackle your debt? We can help. A Stretch Financial Wellness Vision subscription can help you visualize your debt picture, boost your financial IQ, and even submit payments directly through the app. Sign up.
I am your friend, Dr.
Sorry, you guys cannot hear me. That is it from Dr. Akpoki. But the reason I played that video is that when that girl brought Lagos is thinking into that conversation, I know a lot of Lagosians felt offended. But
I wasn't. I wasn't offended. I wasn't offended.
Okay. And I was glad that this lady, I don't know if you watch Arise News, Ayo of Arise News, when Ayo addressed the same issue, Ayo said, if the lady say Lagos is thinking, what should be done is to at least identify what you can do to make it better, right? So I think that's the right response. But what I wanted to say regarding that is this: I played the video not because of the Lagos is thinking comment. Rather, I played the video to point out to you guys that we have fundamental problem in Nigeria when it comes to our responsibility as individuals. Lagos is thinking is as a result of people who don't know how to obey sanitary laws, and some people are generally dirty and they brought their dirtiness outside. Here we are in America. I'm sorry, it's not like maybe I like to flaunt America for that, but it's not even only in America, all over Western world. If you are in Europe, you are in Canada, you will understand what I want to say now. Mr. Dayo, you see in this place that we live.
Yes, sir.
If I open my car door for you now, you go see bag inside, like a nylon bag. That is where I drop the trash. If I chew anything, I drink, I do anything inside my motor, I get back there, I will decide. That's why I drop it. Sister Ify, go ahead, man. You want to say something?
Bros, did the girl lie? Did she lie?
No.
So why are they criticizing her? Everywhere in Nigeria stink. Not only Lagos, including Onitsha, everywhere. We don't have good drainage system. We don't. So why are they making it look as if Lagos is this one heaven? It is not. I cannot live in Lagos. God forbid. I will never own a property in Lagos. I don't want a situation in a state where I will stay in traffic for 4 hours before I go home.
You are right.
The only thing that is taking me to Lagos is just that Murtala Mohammed Airport. That is the only thing that is taking me to Lagos.
You're right.
If we have one international airport in East, I will not be coming to Lagos. If my brothers want to see me, they come down East and see me. And anytime I'm coming back, I only stay one night in Lagos. If I stay 2 nights, know that I'm staying 2 nights because I'm doing my hair. Other than that, I don't stay more than that. They know. The last trip I went, they waited for me at the airport. Immediately we landed that morning, boom, from the Lagos to East, the same day.
You are right.
Making it look, we will have the worst drainage system ever. So why are they making it look as if Lagos is smelly? I said it, and I'm saying it everywhere.
Now, sister, now,
correct.
Now, Sister Ify, you see that Lagos is smelling. It depends on what parts of Lagos.
All of them. There is no exception. There is no exception. Tell me what part that the Banana Island, or is it Ikoyi?
Sister, no
or is it VI?
Now, no power. Yes, we get some area in Lagos that are not smelling.
Where?
Actually, all this red that is like
tell me where. And let's talk about the drainage system in that area. Where?
No, we're not talking about that one. That one was.
Okay, so how can you not smell when there is no good drainage? That is the problem. The problem is that we don't have no good sewage. We don't have no good drainage system. So that is the reason why that is what is causing this problem. We live at Onitsha. We have a house. That's where we live. And if you know Onitsha very well, our house is behind Wangene at the housing estate of Fege. When I tell you, oh my goodness of Jesus, how would I even describe it? So I don't even understand. That is the most populous estate in West Africa. So why are they making it look as if it's heaven? God have said
it's not matter of as if it's heaven. It still boils down to what we are talking about right now. Our people tribalism. Tribalism, and we don't like to take accountability. Generally, we don't like when people call out our excesses or where we lack. Now, Lagos, they are trying Lagos, so no matter how we still look at it, Lagos is still one of the fantastic places in Nigeria. They are trying a lot. The problem of Lagos is overpopulation.
Can I tell you something?
Poor environmental management. Yes,
bros. Let me tell you. It boils down to what we're talking about disintegration. You have we don't even know what our population is. It's just exaggeration because we can't get it together. So, but we say over 200 million. Let's say over 200 million. And you have one seaport. It's literally, you have one state that is making billions of money every month or every year. The rest of other states, why can't you decongest Lagos? Lagos is overpopulated. You are breathing out to the person opposite you, right on your left-hand side is breathing your air. Decongest Lagos. Spread out the seaports so that other states can be developed. It's going to make a lot of people to relocate to other states. But you don't want to do that. That is one of the reasons why it is so congested. That is the reason why it's so dirty. It is smelly, whether you like it or not. Uncle B, it is. You cannot say Nigeria is developed when you have only Abuja and Lagos developed and the rest of other places not developed.
I agree with you. Sister Ify. But if I should ask you one question real quick, my sister, who do you think is responsible for that lack of evil distribution of all these huge projects that can actually develop the states, other states? Who do you think is responsible for that? Like, who?
Let me tell you something. The people that owns the country. Me and you are not part of Nigeria. We don't have any share in that country. There are people who owns the country called Nigeria.
Absolutely, 100%. I agree.
You understand? They are the reason why they cannot evenly distribute wealth to other states. What's going to happen if you build one seaport in the north, one seaport in the south, one seaport in the east.
Okay, that's why I'm
Four
asking.
major seaport is gonna decongest Lagos, but they don't want to do that, because if they do that, what's gonna happen? It's gonna drop the resources, the revenue of Lagos State.
Yeah, that's why I'm having this conversation with you now, because it's still gonna be part of my talking point where as we continue with this series of how to fix Nigeria. I think many people shared your sentiments when it comes to this development and what is happening in Lagos State and all that. I've seen a lot of people that shared your sentiment, but for me, I look at it a little bit differently. One, Lagos State has an advantage above every other state in Nigeria. And that advantage is that Lagos State was the first place where we have the capital of the country. So if you go to any country in the whole wide world, go and check. It doesn't matter wherever they relocate their capital to. Wherever that capital is situated, we always have that advantage of economic development and growth, and population will be there. So I'm going somewhere with this. That is one of the things that work in favor of Lagos State. Now, the Northerners, I think Babangida in particular, realizing the fact that Lagos State is having huge advantage, and Lagos State is so small with all this traffic and all this problem that we have going on. That's when they started the Abuja master plan and eventually moved the federal capital to Abuja. Now, when it comes to migration, population, why is people going to Lagos State? Why is Lagos State having that? Comes down to strictly politics. That right there is politics. Now, I am not from Lagos, and this same thing I'm about to say now, I say this about my own state governor every time, all the governors we've ever had in Ondo State. What are they doing in Lagos that can't be done in any state in Nigeria?
We're talking about corruption. That is the main thing, right?
Okay.
We're talking about the corruption.
Yes. So my sister, where I'm going is this. Generally in Nigeria, the people we elect as governors, or those who are selected as governors, they lack philosophy. They don't even know what they are doing. Every one of them is fighting for their own pocket. Look, Lagosians, I'm still going to say this about them. That's why I look at everything differently, a little bit differently. Lagosians know when they have advantage and they will go for it. I grew up in Lagos. I've seen them do that several times. Once Lagosians see that in this particular setting or whatever is going on, they have an advantage, they will grab it. And once they grab it, all of them, all Lagosians, especially those in position of power, they will all line up and back up that idea. Those are the things that is working for Lagos State. So for me personally, even Lagos State make it suck the entire country die. In as much as the people from every other state, they are not ready to hold their governors and representatives responsible for developing their state. We are just wasting our time. That's how I see it. I'll give you an example. I'm from Ondo State. We have oil in Ondo State. All the things they were doing in Lagos, we can have the same thing in Ondo State because of the oil revenues that comes to that state. But guess what? When you come to our same Ondo State right now, we have about 30-something ethnic groups in Ondo State. In case you don't know. Even my area where I come from, where they call us Apoy, we have 9 different languages. And we are under one local government. You see what I'm saying? So in Ondo State, for instance, you have those from Akure, Idonre, Ondo, go. They occupy the northern side of Ondo State. Then we have all that part of Ondo State, who we can describe as the middle belt Ondo State. Then we have those of us who come from the south. When it comes to that oil revenue, it is these same politicians that are sharing it among themselves. And any other tribe that they are strong enough that they can influence election or influence where that oil is coming from, then they will consider them. So what I'm saying, in essence, my sister, is that when it comes to evil distribution of wealth in Nigeria, evil distribution of resources, the more we are talking about those at the top, that the president and the like, we are wasting our time until we start holding our governors accountable. Start asking them, what do you do? They have no vision, honestly speaking. So I've heard that rhetoric several times where people will say, everything they block them. Lagos. Can you tell me, for instance, my sister Ify and Mr. Dayo too, can you tell me one time where you have, like, let's take the East and South, for instance. Tell me one time where you have all the governors from the East and South have meeting and say, you know what, we need one pot. And they continue that agitation every year to year. All the governors, let them just work together. Let's just look at the Southeast, for instance. If you take Imo, Enugu, Sheabia, Anambra, then come to the South itself, Rivers, Cross Rivers, Delta, put all of them together. Have you ever seen one time say, okay, during the period of 4 years, these governors, they are fighting against the federal government like mad, that they say, we want to have a port. Do you know they started a port in Edo State? The day I saw it, I was like shocked. Obaseki tried to resuscitate it towards the end of his tenure. All these things are there. But the thing is, they don't even know what they are doing. They are just concerned about their pocket. You can't have at least 13 governors out of 36 writing, go to federal executive meeting and say, you know what, we need another port. Do you know how many jobs and revenue that port will bring? Just like you said, Sister Ify. But they don't even care about that. All they want is, how can I use my state to go and borrow more money from China and embezzle it? So please, my sister, when I hear people talk about it, I usually say, I don't blame Lagos. I grew up in Lagos. I understood Lagos politics to some extent. Lagosians are opportunists. Majority of Lagosians, they are not into let's do business. Let's just call it what they feel first when they see this now. But it is what it is. Lagosians knew the advantage they have. That is why they are good at extracting money or extorting money from people. Because that is the way Lagos was built from onset. Mr. Dayo, am I lying?
You are correct, Uncle.
From the time immemorial, when they started Lagos, the people who founded Lagos, they are good at collecting money from those who came to Lagos to trade. It has always been like that. That is why they are all good. They are always good at, let us sell land. This person will bring this business. Oh, this person, okay, let's go and relay him. Let's tell him you have to be giving all this also percentage every month. That is Lagos economy in a nutshell. Now there are some other part of Lagos where they have what they trade in, like in Badagry now, they trade in coconut, and in Etiosa, they are fishermen, fishermen and women, you know. But when it comes to Ishaleko, the main Lagos, they leverage the advantage of where they are. Lagosians are good at recognizing opportunity. It's the same thing Tinubu is doing right now. Go and check all his record. They know their advantage. So that's why I kept saying that. For instance, one time I was discussing with my friend who is from Ogun State, and I'm like, I have never seen a state where they don't recognize their advantage like Ogun State before. And then when we had the argument, I told my friend that, do you know that Ogun State is supposed to be way richer than Lagos State, because Lagos State has no land. If you have governors that their head are working, there is a way they will restructure Ogun State. Ogun State will suck everything away from Lagos. Lagos will just be like routing center, where because of the ship and the airport. But everything we go to, and if you go to Ogun State now, go and look at all the towns closer to Lagos. That is where you will see houses, fantastic big houses. So that's my point, my sister. It's not the federal that is doing it. It's these same dumb politicians that we have. The people we have as governors, the people we have as senators. Imagine the stupid man that recommended the suspension of Natasha. When that boy made a vlog and said, look at the road that go to his house. Imagine what that guy came out to say, a senator. He said, well, just because I'm a senator, that does not mean all the road around my house, I have to be responsible. I said, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. This means this guy don't even know why he was a senator in the first place.
Uncle Beno.
Yes,
Uncle
sir.
Beno, you said quite a lot. I just want to back you up on one or two things. Number one, the problem does not start with our politicians. The problem started with our colonial masters. They are the ones that choose Lagos as the capital, and they choose the North as they give them the rulership of the country. But one would have expected that when our own people started getting power, they should have readjusted everything in such a way. There was a time, I think about 20-something years ago, I was talking with a friend of mine that came from the East. And the guy said that, do you know that we in the East, for us to travel out of the country, we have to travel all the way from the East to come to Lagos or go to Abuja before we can get an embassy that we can visit.
Imagine.
You must travel to Lagos for everything. And to me, that is absurd. And it has been like that for decades. Now, that is just a point. What Sister Ife said also is very, very crucial. Port Harcourt Port is supposed to be an international port, because I remember that when I was into that shipping business, you can ship directly to Port Harcourt Port if you want. But now I don't know what is really happening, why they are now majorly focusing on Lagos. Every state that is sea bound in the West, they're supposed to have their own ports, because it will be a channel to be able to reach the people and then to create jobs for those states. And as I said, those state governors have work to do and they're not doing their work. Also, again, there was a time, I don't know which particular government was in power, that they were saying that they want to create ports in the north. So they are now dredging River Niger and River Benue. They want to like enlarge it so that both can be able to like say through to have a port in the north. I think they've jettisoned that idea. Nobody's talking about it again. And the reason why they're doing this is simply because they are making a whole bunch of money from having everything concentrated in Lagos. And to me, it's not helping the whole country as a whole.
Yeah.
Everybody now, you must come to Lagos or go to Abuja for you to be able to get a job, or maybe go to Port Harcourt, or maybe go to Kano. Just 4 major cities in the country of about 6 states. It's not right. All these other states that are sea-bound, they're supposed to have their ports. From there, business will open up, because if goods can come directly to a particular state, of course, business will be there. Business will be there. And then all those other people that are just collecting money. Now, let me shock you, sir. The whole Niger Delta Commission, every oil-producing state, they are getting an allocation from the federal government. I think it's 13% or so that they are giving them extra because they are the oil-producing states.
Yes.
Tell me which states in the whole Niger Delta region that has used that money for something constructive in their states.
They are not even Jari.
And they are collecting this money on a regular basis. So what are we talking about? It is we, the people ourselves, that we are the major problem of ourselves. Simply because why? The people that are collecting this money are pocketing it. We know them.
We can't. We don't talk. We blame president instead. We blame president.
Now, do you know that for so many years, director of NNPC, when NNPC was still the major factor as per our oil and all, they are always reserved for somebody from the Niger Delta, and yet they never made it right. They gave them NNPC directorship for years, and none of them ever do anything positive for the Niger Delta. So all these things are not always government. It is we, the people ourselves.
They have NDDC, Niger Delta Development Commission, or Pabio reach there, chop money. This one called chop money.
That's what they are doing.
Man.
You said something earlier on. You said somebody from the north that's having oil block in the south.
Eh.
It is just a sharing formula now. Everybody wanted to have an oil block.
Mm-hmm.
Just to share the money.
Thank you, my brother. Let's just round up here. Thank you very much. I've done almost 3 hours. Sister Ify, I see that you were really chanced. This is not like when you are doing your regular work. You were really chanced to chime in properly today.
I could be no Tinubu na president now. So I could hustle. If I don't hustle, nobody could give you anything.
The presidency don't tire me, my sister. Sister Maria say, oh, no supposed to have a seaport too. The seaport should be developed across
It's
country
true.
to encourage
Yeah.
development.
If you want development, it cannot be one. You see, which state do you live, Uncle B?
I'm in Texas.
Okay, in Texas. My mom, my sister have family in Texas, right?
Okay.
I've been to Texas. It is so big. It is well developed. The same way, that's why when somebody called me and he got a job in, I think they were asking him to choose between Florida and Chicago. And he called me and was asking me which one is better. I said, America, the same thing everywhere. It is the same. It depends on what you are asking for. If you want a kind of warm weather, then you're talking about going to Florida. If you don't mind about the cold weather, you are talking about going to Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay. The whole country, is developed. So that's how our country is supposed to be. Like my brother said, if I want to fly to come back, you go through Lagos, you go through Abuja. Why do I have to put my life in danger and go through all that stress in order for me to leave the country? Anything can happen. The Fulani headsman, all these kidnappers can happen just because you are traveling from Lagos East to get to the airport. Come on. At least each state in this country, each state or some state nearby, they have an airport.
Yeah.
Each state in this country, at least one airport or something closer to you that you can drive. But not like 6 hours. I don't think 6 or 7 hours trying to look for the nearest airport.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was having conversation with Mr. Dayo earlier today, where we are chatting. I told Mr. Dayo that, look, where I drive to whenever I'm going for my business, sometimes I live in Austin and I do coverage in Dallas, Houston, Amarillo. I travel a lot. But the coolest thing is, for instance, from my place to Dallas, it's like 3 hours drive. But do you know when you calculate the miles, it's like you are leaving Lagos to Onitsha. That is how far it is. But in 3 hours, we're already there because the road is super clean. No pothole, nothing. The vehicles are in good condition. So we cruise go, we cruise come. Because everywhere is developed. If I don't want to drive, I take flight. $200, $150. Bam, I don't reach, I don't come. The reason I choose to drive is that, when you are flying, sometimes like the latest rules we have here in Texas now, you have to be at the airport like 2 hours before your flight to check in. So I will just calculate that instead of me going to stay in that airport for 2 hours, for 30 minutes, 45 minutes drive, why flight? Why don't I just drive and just use it as road trip? But point is, if everywhere is developed in Nigeria, we won't even be talking about Lagos is thinking. Because people will have choices. My friend that we live together in Lagos, at a point he left Lagos and moved to Ogun State. He said he can't live in Lagos. My eldest brother stayed back in Port Harcourt for like 20 years. He took everything before that uncle finally moved to Lagos. So he said he can't live in Lagos. Like my eldest brother own at the traffic. He can't stand it. You go out, you're coming back, you don't even know where you're going to come back home. So there are just too many things that we can accomplish if the development spread across state. But what are the governors doing? Yeah. Every year you have one governor stay in position for 8 years. And for that 8 years, you can't point out, okay, this is the employment he created. These are the companies he brought in. These are the investors. No. They are just there to collect federal government allocation and share the money. Now, When Niger Delta boys now, when River State boys now start blowing pipeline now, you will see what will happen. You will see that all of them now will shift their attention there now, because that is where the money is coming from. Once those boys start bombing the pipeline now and the money stop coming now, all of them will be concerned. Like say the River State now, their state, mad people everywhere. Go ahead, my sister.
My Uncle B, you know the funniest thing. Instead of us moving forward, we are moving backwards. Most countries, of course, in this country, China, what's his name? Very dark man, he's still in China.
China.
And he was so impressed, and he was showing a lot of things that most of them in America and in China, they drive electric cars. So sooner or later, see this oil, nobody will even buy it. It will get to some point. Nobody will buy this oil that we are.
Where is the electricity to drive electric car?
What I'm saying is that when we see where other people are heading to, when we see where other people are heading to, when you see that nobody's buying that oil again from you, it's only your country that is buying it. That's when you know that reality has.
Exactly. Where the money no come again. I see what you're saying now, my sister.
Yeah, that's when you know that reality has said it. Is it this oil? Sooner or later, people just put their Tesla cars or other electric cars and go to the mall, plug it and charge it and keep going.
Yeah.
So we don't have no development in Nigeria. Now you talk about where's the electricity? How can we be talking about electricity in 2021, 21st century? We don't have electricity. We don't have pipe-borne water. Everybody's digging borehole. Have we ever sit down and talk about the long-term effect of this digging borehole? What is going to happen? Nobody's talking about that.
Exactly, my sister.
Nobody's talking about that. So for how long are we going to continue to live like this? We don't have no development. We're not, and nothing is changing. It's getting worse and getting worse every day.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Dio. We're gonna talk again tomorrow, but it's gonna be earlier than this because I'm gonna follow them back to back for this 30 days challenge. Enough is enough. I'm serious, Mr. Dio. This 30 days challenge back to back. I will continue to promote what I'm promoting right now, which is these boys. This ranting that they are doing, and every day we're gonna be identifying ways in which Nigerians can better the country. Enough is enough. It's too much. I never see people who are heartless like Nigerian politicians before. That is too much. These folks, they are heartless.
Uncle Beno, now we empower them. It's not their fault. Now we empower them. As Sister Ify said, until we begin to hold them accountable, they keep on doing what they're doing. They keep doing it.
Outside Igbo, Yoruba, Ijo, all of them. They don't care about us. And they vex for those at the grassroots. They defend nonsense. People wait there up the top money, their children they abroad. Say Tinubu talk yesterday now. I used to respect that guy before. Like, I just like that is personal, like he's quiet. I've never heard him speak before. May God forgive me. Yesterday was the first time I heard that guy spoke. And I'm like, Jesus.
I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed in him.
But you know what? On a second thought, bro, what do you think? He's going to defend his territory. Do you expect him to come and bash his father? If you were in his shoes, all of us claim that our father...
No. I expect him to be more logical. He's a youth. I expect him to be much more ideally. I mean,
no. I honestly, I did not expect anything from him other than what I saw yesterday.
I expect him to be much more logical, honestly. But
come on now. Who still talk about being logical in Nigeria?
See, my problem with him is the presentation. Everything is said. Donald Trump children are saying the same thing. Donald Trump children will tell you their father is the best in the whole world. Since the creation of America, no president is like their father. I get it. What I don't get is how he talks. I didn't know that guy can actually talk like an Agbero.
He's an Agbero now. Just because he's born with a silver spoon in his mouth, he's still an Agbero.
Oh my God. The way he speaks, I'm like, is this how this guy speak? No wonder he doesn't talk. You know what?
That guy doesn't talk much.
They came for my family. They came for my father. They came for our family. Let me tell you. Oh, my dad, and he was moving up and down. You can tell this guy is talking under the influence.
Maybe just sharks, but then he was supposed to be fasting now. It was during this Ramadan now.
Oh, fasting. I've told you, Mr. Dayo. Don't let these people deceive you. I respect those that fasted, that are fasting in truth and in holiness. So many of these folk that tell you they are fasting, they are lying. After they don't open mouth, you know what they do? Under their house, no people who don't go to buy and then they tell us, say, if you see the kind club when they get, where you know they see for outside, you go fear. Plus, forget that thing.
Uncle, let me tell you a reality that happened while I was in Kano. You know, I stayed in Kano and lived there for some time. During this Ramadan like this, something that I saw with my own eye. Me and my friend, because we're living at the GRA. He's a white guy, so he said he wanted to kind of cash some fun. As at that time, it's a taboo for you to buy or drink any alcohol in Kano. So we have to come to the Sabogeri area. At the bar that we were, just like a shop like this, and there is a frontage where we are just chilling out, we are just having our drinks. We saw people coming to be buying beers, and they're putting these beers inside these small jerry cans that they used to do the so-called alwala, did small cake. They used to do their own ablution.
Yes.
And then I asked the guy that was selling that, who are these people? The guy said that these are from big allergies. So that's how they will come. That's how they will come, buy it and put it in their small cakes, and they put it in their front. Anybody that sees them will think that they are drinking water, they are drinking stout or drinking
not be today, Gary, my brother. We know.
These people are just hypocrites, nothing else.
Thank you, Mr. Dayo. God bless you. Thank you, my sister Ify. I'll see you guys tomorrow where we continue this rant. So maybe tomorrow I will allow Sister Ify, may you rant for us. Everybody must do their own rant. Simbi did our own rant today. So everybody that comes to Uncle Beno show, you must rant for us. What did they vex you about Nigeria?
Everything they vex me, my brother. Everything. Tinubu is not the only person that everything they vex me. These people, they don't have conscience. Okay? They don't have no conscience. When they hear amount of money, these people, they have stolen from this country. I'm like Jesus of Nazareth. Just one person. What are you going to do with all this money? Mind you, 6 feet.
Abi,
6 feet.
They don't care. They don't care.
Billion.
So they don't care, my sister. We are joining the round. Thank you very, very much. God bless you. Bye. Yes, ma'am. Mr. Dayo, thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate you. Nigeria go better. If Nigeria no better, I go carry you from Nigeria come Yankee. Only say you know go one stay Yankee because Yankees have they frustrated. Those of now we don't live for Nigeria for too long. Una too strong. That una too strongness. Now na they carry enter Yankee. Mr. Dayo, God bless you, sir. It sent me well to my sister. I hope so. We know the disturb us this way we they talk. So
she just woke up now. She complain to my disturb them.
Mama wa legbe whatever the my join show lorun báyìí. Well, ìyàwó mi ṣe ó tẹ̀ tó ti sáfi mílẹ̀ síbi lọ since cause kò tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ kẹ́ni máa disturb ẹ̀ tó bá rí dé ń bíṣẹ́. So ẹ má máa disturb sister mi o. Ẹ yà lọ jókòó sí pálọ̀ jẹ́jẹ́ mọ̀ pé ẹjọ́ wa máa ń pọ̀. All right, Mr. Dayo. Thank you very much, sir. Good night. Yeah. Sister Marriott. Thank you, my sister Marriott. And in fact, Sister Mario, and I think Sister Mario you are the one who is using two accounts too. Temilade and Mario. That should be the same person. Thank you very much, my sister. It's not easy. Oh man, it's not easy. We go rant. Everybody must rant. This one where we did. We have to fix Nigeria by fire, by force. Let me leave you guys with this guy who rant.
See, nothing really concern me. Oh. Nothing really concern some of us. You know, concern us. You know, concern me. But what really concern me be say, what really concern some of us, because they speak for some people now as they talk. What go concern me now be say, when you reach to carry placard, when you reach to carry cardboard, may not call me.
Oh, wow.
May not call us. We dey stand by.
So you guys are not the same thing. Sister Temilade is not the same thing as Marriott. I hope you both know you are bearing the same name, Sha. Hey. Oh God, see how life dey. Thank you, my sister Temilade. Thank you, Mama, Sister Marriott. May we dey hear these people as I dey live here. Thank you, everybody.
Nothing where they do. As I did like this, I don't even get work. Not as I did like this now. I don't know what I take my life do for this country. So if not to take and speak for ourselves, I did number one, I did game. When it is to make this country stand still for 1 full month till that guy ready on top that seat yells or till he step down or till they impeach him, may not call me. now they understand me, so may not call me. If they favor me and my family, if they favor some people, and their family, now why they know they talk. But you see, we know they favor us. I not get what they do. If not till midnight, and I say me will carry placard, may not wake me. I go give me megaphone. May I cry, may I talk my mind, put for that megaphone. When it reach time to scream, when it reach time to let the whole world know what they do us, may not call me. May not call some of us. We dey stand.
Okay.
I know send my papa. Not the government, not the president, not the governor, not the local. I don't send anybody's respective father. Secondly, who the fuck do you people think you are? Gaslighting us since NSAS like it didn't fucking happen. They tell us say egg increase, you gaslight us. Tomatoes increase, they gaslight us.
Oh boy, I don't tire.
Who the fuck do you think you are? Your colleague somebody to threaten her because she mentioned the state of the country. No offense, sir. Are you not a terrible president? On the day of your inauguration, the day the inauguration was going on, fuel went from 280 naira to 400 naira before our eyes. On the day of your fucking, like you are not even assumed office. You entered the day, no money anywhere. I'm earning more than I was earning 2 years ago, but I still cannot afford fucking basic needs. But you want to bloody gaslight me. You want to gaslight you want to gaslight 200 million Nigerians. Again, you people, like, who the fuck do you people think you are?
How will you know?
President with a heavy allegation of sexual harassment hanging on his head, but he chose to bully the woman, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uwaghan, who accused him of these allegations. Did he defend himself? No. Did he say he was wrong? No. Did he allow an independent body to look into this?
No.
Of my rant, Nigerian government, let's talk. A couple of weeks ago, I was in Ghana discussing with some of my Ghanaian friends, and to my greatest surprise, some of them said they don't know what generators were or what they were used for. To be fair, throughout my stay in Ghana, the power only went off twice, and both times we were notified, and both times it didn't go up for more than 30 minutes. We call ourselves the giant of Africa, and we can't boast of 24 hours lights. Excuse me. The government spends billions every time fixing a national grid that is collapsing after every 2 weeks. Allegedly, the government has spent over $3.2 billion in the last 4 years fixing a national grid that has never been fixed. Let's talk about the tariff that has doubled or even tripled in some cases. You buy units, and at the end of the month, you are giving a bill that is half your house rent. People don't even sleep with ACs. People don't even put on their fridge because they're trying to save units. You can hear generator noise in the background. Everybody's generator is on. We pay for light. We're not even seeing the lights. Nigerian government, NEPA, PHCN, NMPC, please do better. See you tomorrow.
I tell you, people are serious.
Since it is a 30 days ranting challenge, let me just get right into it, because for the past 4 days, I live at Shongote, the vintage estate. Christel, Christian Philip, around that area, we have about 3 vicinity that connects together. There's Balogun, there's one other place, I don't know the name, then my own place. I noticed that Balogun has lights. Every other places has lights, but Christian Philip does not have lights. So I just stepped out. There's a lady that sells something around our area, and I asked her, Mommy Obina, why it be say we no get lights? What's happen? And she said she went to NEPA office to get to pay bills. Then she now complained that okay, we don't have light too. Do you know what they said? She said they told her that people around our area, we are too poor, that we don't deserve light. I don't want to laugh because this is a serious matter. That we are too poor. We don't deserve light. I don't. You know, make me laugh. Have I heard that guy before for my life? Okay, their complaint was our turnover, maybe their revenue turnover in our area is too small. Me, in my compound, we use prepaid lights. For the past 4 days, today they just brought lights. For the past 4 days, we have not been using lights.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Yesterday, I was sleeping. I came back from work. I was very tired, coupled with the heat and everything. I sat down about 1 to 2 o'clock. I sat down. I was thinking my life. I was like, why do we deserve to be treated like animals? Why? Why? What did we do?
That's where you have
what did we do? Okay, even if they don't bring light, don't we deserve like a broadcast or something? Do you get the I don't get it all. This country is deteriorating so bad. Like nobody.
Yeah, it's funny. The guy they say we are too poor in our area. Oh my God. Oh. And here we have I think tomorrow we'll go over all this. Before Tinubu first year now. Sardine 300 naira. First year 1,200 and now 1,550. Picnic 250 before Tinubu. Now first year 700. Now it's 850. Let me go and find egg because now egg now start all this problem. So crate of eggs 2,000 before Tinubu came in, then 4,000 in Tinubu first year. Now it's 6,005. This egg go. Now I made that guy do that video that is causing all this problem now. Thank you, Sister Mario, for hanging out with me. I really appreciate you, my sister. Sister Mario say only the rich people deserve 5 hours of light a day, like a war-torn country. I fear, my sister. Once I did is 1,550. Yes, man. That is what it is now. Thank you very much, Sister Mario. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you all tomorrow. Cheers. Tinubu.
Welcome to the African Podcast, your go-to destination for infotainment, trending updates, and thought-provoking social commentary. Be sure to subscribe to our channel